Good morning, people. It is Wednesday, the 27th of March. It's 27th of March. Welcome to TDA, the day after, your favorite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by the culture. And I'm one of your hosts today, my own royalty.
And they call me E-Man, the pro-black activist, TDA producer and news analyst, melanin jam-packed.
That's right. Good morning, Brent. How are you?
Mike?
Morning. I am blessed and highly favored. Thank you very much. How are you, Esther?
I'm okay, thank you.
Lovely.
How are you, man?
I'm all right, can't complain.
Love that.
You right?
Yeah, I'm okay, thank you.
I like your all black.
I was going to say, I like your shirt. Your Vermont shirt.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, I'm going to say hello to the people in the chat.
Okay.
Those who are early with us.
Early birds.
Good morning, Lewis Williams. First time I've seen your name.
Big up you.
Special good morning to you.
Lewis or Louise?
Lewis.
Lewis. Okay.
Yeah,
Big
Williams.
up, Lewis.
Big up, Lewis.
Crowd Crew, good morning. Good morning, Everest. Good morning, Herman Zola. Good morning, Sally. Good morning, Mercy Prestige. Good morning, Nai. Good morning, Imi Snow Glow.
Morning, Nye. Hey, girl.
Nai. Or is it Nene?
Oh, I'm thinking of the wrong person.
Good morning, Fernand. Good morning, J Fats. Good morning,
No, it's Nye.
Nai. Okay. Good morning, Gissy or Gissy. Good morning, Paul Wall.
Say Egusi.
Gissy.
Oh, I thought you said
Gissy.
Egusi.
No. Good
Morning, Gissy.
Paul Wall. And yes, I will let you know about the mix and master. This young man hasn't even sent me the stems yet. He promised me last week Friday.
It's not David, is it?
It is.
It can't be. That's impossible.
The thing is that he knows full well.
Because you didn't say
I'm
happy
waiting
birthday to
for
him.
it. No, it's not that at all. I'm sure he's very busy.
He is, to be fair.
Yeah. Good morning, Babiel.
Morning, Babiel.
Why is she saying hey, sis? And I said good morning to her.
Because I know Nye, so.
Well, good morning,
And
sis.
you weren't sure.
All right, Lewis Williams. You normally catch us in the evenings, but
Okay.
welcome. Glad to have you. All right, I think we have some
Spotify comments. We sure do. All right, let's see what the people are saying. Oh, Vic. Big up Vic from Black Girls Living. It's so funny because my private account on Twitter, I only follow Nye and Vic. My two favorite honeys, look at that. But Vic says, hey guys, please did your Arab guest host say the N-word? I know you're lying.
He
About
didn't.
Ramsey. No, Vic, he didn't say the N-word. He copied and pasted it. And Brent got on him. Brent the activist now. All right. Ocon says, so glad Gina shut down that nonsense. That would be the nonsense that you were doing on Monday morning. I'm glad that got shut down. I get he's your friend, E-Man. Oh, Ramsey, you are trending. I get he's your friend, E-Man, but he should know better and you shouldn't have sat there trying to make excuses.
I should know better. He should know better.
He should know better. No,
Than copying and pasting from Rap
yeah,
Genius.
he should know better. And you shouldn't have sat there trying to make excuses.
Not making excuses. It's like I said yesterday, copying and pasting from bloody Rap Genius is different to typing it. It's completely different. You think I'm going to take time to start bloody censoring Punjabi MC's bars?
Do you know what? I'm just let that be what it is.
I'm just saying. I ain't got time for that.
All right. Lynn M32 says this was one of the topics that should have a unanimous foolishness. I thought so too, Lynn. This is yesterday. Where again, you are 2 for 2. Let's see what you come up with today. You're 2 for 2. Monday tick, Tuesday tick. See what Wednesday has in store for E-Man, boy. Your melanin is low. To recuperate over during the Easter break. So this is one of the topics that should have a unanimous foolishness. Like Esther said, let's stick to the issue at hand and stop diverting to another issue and call it out. Full stop! Exclamation point. Exclamation points are serious, you know.
People like this don't like mirrors. That's the situation.
Shut up.
That's what it is. Face the facts. We can chew gum, we can walk, we can do all sorts of stuff at the same time. Plus, I think everybody was on the same page when it came to talking about his silly drawings and stuff. Everyone agreed.
That was debatable. debatable. The rest of us that agreed and left it there. You had to throw a span in the works.
Nah, it was just me saying, wait a minute, if we hate this so much, why don't we hate this also?
Yeah, but I guess there has to be action that comes from it though. So I'm not trying to hear you say the N word ever again.
I don't mind.
No, it's not about you don't mind. It's what you should do, seeing as you want to present an argument of us how we move
No,
forward.
but like I said
So
yesterday,
you got to lead by example, mate.
But like I said yesterday, I don't use the N word. It may come out of my mouth.
But that's what I'm saying though, it shouldn't.
Okay, fine.
Because we know the intensity of it, it shouldn't even be a slip of the tongue because it should be like, oh my gosh, it's so disgusting.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be like a slip of the tongue to say.
All right, fine. I'm up for that challenge. I think it's a good thing. Only good could come from that.
Amen to that. All right, big up Lynn. Bringing about change. All right, should we get into our headlines?
Let's do it. All right, so our first headline, Russia's blaming Britain for that concert hall attack that, ISIS basically claimed. But Alexander...
Manchester.
No, the one in the one in Moscow.
Oh, I was going to say. Oh.
But Alexander Botnikov, who's the head of the Federal Security Service, said on Tuesday that the UK, US, and Ukraine were behind attacks on Moscow, which killed 139 people on Friday. It's the latest attempt by Russia to link the jihadist massacre to the West after 3 terrorists opened fire on the venue located outside of Moscow. The Russian security director admitted that investigators had not yet established who ordered the attack, but asserted that the West and Ukraine were directly involved. The claims come despite Islamic terrorists taking responsibility for the attack. The UK, US, and Ukraine continue to deny any involvement. 3 terrorists accused of the attack appeared in the Russian court on Monday, looking bloodied and bruised. Russia arrested an 8th man on Tuesday yesterday in connection with the fatal terrorist attack. Next headline, and security researchers believe a Russia-based disinformation group amplified the frenzy of social media conspiracies about the Prince of Wales's health. Days before Catherine revealed her cancer diagnosis in a video message, there had been a surge in online rumours, adding to the emotional pressure on the princess and her husband, Prince William. Now, security experts analysing social media data say that there were hallmark signs of a coordinated campaign sharing and adding to the false claims and divisive content, both in support of and criticising the Princess of Wales. Researchers say this is consistent with the previous patterns of a Russian disinformation group. I think this is in fact, is this the same sort of thing that happened with Trump during the elections when he won?
Well, what are they trying to say? That the rumours came from Russia?
No, that more so, some yes, but also they did it in such a way where it kind of forced her to have to come out and speak about it.
No.
Because there was so much information out there.
No, because there's been so much rumours around Diana. I never heard Queen Elizabeth come out to say we did not kill Diana. What are they talking about? There's always rumours. There's been rumours of William cheating, which is why he's going bold. Been cheating for years. They've never come out to say anything. Even when flipping, what's his name, Charles was with Diana and was cheating with Camilla and whatnot. There's been rumours about the royal family, whatever they're called, for years. Even when the Queen flipping died, when we got notified was not when she died. Sis had died. She's been dead. Even Philip, that stupid car picture, that still scars me till tomorrow. I still have nightmares about that shit. There's been rumours for years. They threw, I don't know why they have yet, still investigating, but they threw Kate to the wolves. I don't care much for Kate because she didn't care much for Meghan, so it'd be like that. But I feel like they threw her to the wolves because why would she ever, in the history of royal family, when there's been medical conditions and medical situations, when has anyone ever come forward and said, hi, here I am, the video? I was even going through the papers this morning, and then they're saying, and then the headlines are like, oh, Charles is still doing royal duties despite having cancer and whatnot. They've started. They know what they're doing. They fed that woman to the wolves. There was no reason for her to come out and do a statement.
Why do they do that though?
I think they're getting a divorce. And they're slowly, wow, it's English. They're slowly like getting her out and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Because really and truly, Will should have been, what's his name? Will, isn't it Will? William should have sat next to her when she announced having cancer. He really should have been sat right next to her. Look how Sabrina Elba nearly entered Idris Elba's mouth when he was talking about having COVID. The sis was in his skin. And that's just Sabrina and Idris. How much more the royal family? Your wife to how many kids, the mother, how many kids they have now, 4, 5, however many they keep popping out, has got cancer, allegedly got cancer, and you didn't think to sit in the video with her. you had this poor woman just sitting there by herself talking about this situation. I don't believe it's how it is. They've never ever cared to address any rumors. They've never ever cared for the public. All they do is talk about it behind closed doors and try and like feed stuff to the media, but they're not trusted by the media anymore. I don't think that picture thing or any of the reasons is why she was forced. She wasn't forced to make that. They could have made an announcement about her cancer the same way they did when it was King Charles, but they didn't want to. So they can shop about blaming the Russians. I'll be on the Russian side for the first time. So cheeky.
Well, the accounts involved, the accounts that they're saying anyway, were also spreading content opposing France's backing for Ukraine, suggesting a wider international context for the royal rumours. This particular foreign influence network has a track record in this area with a focus on eroding support for Ukraine. The Department for Science, Innovation and Technology says it will engage with disinformation where it presents a threat to UK democracy. And our last headline, a judge has ruled that the US must assure Julian Assange has freedom of speech protections and will not receive the death penalty before he's extradited. So the UK High Court said that WikiLeaks founder could be allowed to launch a new appeal against being sent to the US without those commitments. US authorities say that Mr. Assange endangered lives by publishing thousands of classified documents. The court had adjourned its final decision on Mr. Assange's extradition by 3 weeks to give the US government time to comply with its order. Tuesday's court order is the latest twist in a legal saga which began when Mr. Assange's website, WikiLeaks, published confidential US documents in 2010 and 2011. His supporters say that the leak exposed US criminality, but Mr. Assange was widely condemned for failing to redact the names of intelligence operatives, potentially putting their lives at risk. Australia's Parliament has passed a motion calling on the UK and US to release Mr. Assange, though this has no legal bearing on either government. I guess we'll see what happens with him, man. But that's it for the headlines.
All right, let's get into our what you saying topic of the day.
What is this?
What's happening? Oh, I was going to speak about the Russians like that. My bad, y'all. I'm sorry.
All right, people. So today's topic of the day. All right. I was gonna kind of, do my usual, go around in circles, get to the point.
First of all,
What
in a circle. It's just me and Brent. It's actually a straight line. Brent is behind you, I'm in front of you. It's a straight line.
No Diddy.
No Diddy. No flipping Diddy. Do you know how much I love that saying? Oh my gosh. Love it so much.
Oh man.
That's funny.
But we're gonna get straight to the point. I want to ask you guys a question, and I'm not setting none of you up.
It's all right.
Right? It's not all right.
No weapon formed against me. All right.
I want to ask you. It may sound like a very stupid question.
Yeah.
Honestly, this might be one of the stupidest questions I may ask or have asked
In the history of the show.
in the history of the show.
All right, let's do
But it's
it.
important.
Okay.
And Brent, get ready to click the last link in that document, please. 2 questions, in fact. I'm not setting no one up, right?
Very good.
I'm not setting no one up. Is Christ king?
You know I knew that's what you were going to ask me.
All right,
I
good.
just knew it. Of course, Christ is king.
Cool.
King,
Brent.
Lord, King of Kings, all of it.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Brent,
Yes.
is Christ king?
Yeah, Christ is King, Christ is Lord, Christ is my Savior.
Amen. Preach, preacher.
Okay.
Is Christ your king?
Of course.
Okay. You know your track record.
The black Christ.
Black Jesus. I mean,
All
now
right
we know
then.
Jesus is black. So,
I mean, I know. I'll be trying to tell you that.
yeah, but you say a lot of facts. You throw a lot of things around. Putin actually showed me, gave me receipts. So,
All right. My second question is, saying Christ is king,
Yeah.
do you feel like you're being anti-Semitic?
No.
Can you be anti-Semitic?
No.
Based at least based on your own understanding of
Based
what
on saying Christ is king?
Yeah.
No.
No, but yeah, okay, no. Brent?
No.
All right, cool. Can you play the clip, please?
But bear in mind, there are certain individuals from certain communities who define anti-Semitic as a fluid state.
Oh, for sure. And we're going to get to that.
Okay.
I actually don't know what that word means, You ask Jermaine at some point, please. See what he thinks about it.
Cool.
Thank you, babes.
You know, when I did this, by the way, the priest who baptized me said, you know, Christians won't accept you. You'll still be a Jew. And I said, well, I am. That's my race. I'm a Jew. I'm proud of my race. It's a great race. It's done many, many great things, including write the Bible. And, you know, I am a Jew. But that hasn't happened at all. Christians have welcomed me with open arms, except this Christ the King anti-Semitic crowd. Christ is the King. And one day, every knee will bow and recognize it, because he's not just my king, he's king of the universe. But when you use that phrase to mean that God has abandoned his chosen people, the Jews, through whom he came into this world incarnate, and that he's broken his promises, his covenant with the Jews, you are quoting scripture like Satan does in the Bible. You are quoting scripture to your purposes, and that to me is specifically wicked. You know, when he spit that phrase at Ben Shapiro.
So he said when you say it as though to say what?
To say that God has now broken his promise with the Jews, as in he's no longer their chosen people, this, that, and the third.
Okay.
You're now quoting the scriptures as if Satan is basically quoting the scriptures.
Oh, that from saying Christ is king.
Yeah, and also, remember, he even expanded. He even said, and every knee will bow.
And every knee will?
Thank you very much. All of that is anti-Semitism.
Yeah, but do you know sometimes I think okay, this is here we are. We're here now. It's giving main character syndrome. Because when I say Christ is king, I'm not thinking about all the people that don't think Christ is king to them. And I'm not thinking about like all I'm doing is exalting God. Do you know what I mean? So when I'm saying Christ is king, I'm not saying that like that's where it ends. Christ is king. It doesn't come with a whole explanation unless you ask why is Christ king. I can tell you why Christ is king. But even then, I'm not going to bring up the fact that maybe, well, not maybe. I guess they didn't. The Jews didn't accept that Christ has come yet, or like anybody think about you? No, it's very dramatic. That seems very, very dramatic to me.
All right,
my
Ben,
truth,
what's
Sha.
your thoughts on that?
What's my thoughts on what?
On what you just heard?
I wasn't. I wasn't listening. I was doing something.
Okay, cool. Shall I tell you what
What,
he
the
said?
video?
Yes, please. Yeah.
All right. So, he pretty much said, if you say Christ is king, if I'm paraphrasing, and he wanted to expand and say, you know, and say basically that every knee will bow and every tongue confess that Christ is Lord, this, that, and the third, and use that in the context of saying that God has now broken his promises with the Jews, and which obviously means that promise is now to the world, because hence, you know, that's Christian theology. That is anti-Semitic.
So he's saying if somebody is having a discussion with him, knowing full well his stance, and looks to say Christ is king, knowing that he believes that this is what triggers his irrational or rational understanding of such and such, then it's anti-Semitic?
I mean, you said it in some type of way.
I know, because I'm guessing this is where it's coming from. It's from Candace, isn't it?
Yes.
And this is all Jews don't believe this. I need to state that. I need that to be very clear. All of them don't believe this. It's the extreme mother effers who want to guess. They have their own narrative and they have their own insidious plot to stifle all sorts of language that they want to deem as anti-Semitic. And obviously, in essence, doing that would take certain rights and beliefs away from Christians.
But the thing is, though, do you feel as though they're the ones with the loudest voice? And do you feel like that's the narrative that people are kind of going with? People outside of...
Yeah, they have big platforms. I mean, Ben Shapiro says the same thing. That rabbi that Candace was talking to in that
Mr.
interview,
Barkley.
he was saying the same thing. And also that other rabbi that Piers Morgan normally always has on his show.
Shmuley.
Yeah. And just I think it was just last night. He was Shmuley was insulting Ben Shapiro.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. He made a long tweet and also video message. And I don't know if it's going to lead to infighting, but you know how Ben Shapiro doesn't back down from people calling him out of his name.
Yeah.
That was exactly what it was. And in essence, he was suggesting that somebody said Jews are whores,
Yes.
right?
Okay.
And the actual tweet that he was referring to said, and it was the CEO of Daily Wire, right? He actually called that rabbi an attention-seeking whore.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Oh,
Yeah. So he's now telling Ben Shapiro, you have this anti-Semitic guy saying that all Jews are whores, and this is the company which is that you have co-founded. Fix it. So I think everybody is seeing in plain daylight that not all Jews are the same, and people like him are not giving them all a good name
Yeah.
because he is saying that he represents all of them. You understand?
100%. I think you're definitely making a good point there with Shmuley. He's one of the extreme guys. Like the CEO said, he does seem like an attention-seeking guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at his most recent video,
Sorry
mocking...
to interrupt, right? Mark just sent you a message.
Oh, is it?
I've been looking for parking for 15 minutes now.
Okay.
How you just letting man park on your drive? I feel the bus's window. This is your window.
Let me see.
No, it must mean someone's blocked your drive.
Serious? So
Yeah.
you won't be
Must
talking
be.
about Emmanuel?
Why are you
No,
talking
because
about me?
Iman parks next to me, and then Margs will park in front. Wait, open the door wide out. Let me see. That boy is nowhere near this studio. It's clear as day.
Exaggerating.
If I say men lie now, they'll start acting shocked.
To be honest, he may not be lying, but I still accuse him of lying because I want to see if
I'm not accusing
my
him.
theory is correct. It's drop-off time, innit? For the school,
Yeah.
for the Jewish school that's there.
Oh, so you think someone parked up in front?
They do
You need
that,
to do all
and
that.
then they drop them, and then they come back, and then they go. So maybe he came when
At the
there was a
time.
car in front of the driveway.
You know,
but
15 minutes. Do you know how long 15 minutes is?
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, there's no car in front of the driveway now.
Yeah, what was he saying? Yeah, obviously Shmuley doesn't represent every single Jewish person, but again, obviously this is my own opinion. I feel like people like Rabbi Barkley, who we're going to play a clip of in a minute, his opinion seems to be the view of a lot of people. Shmuley seems to be an extremist, but Rabbi Barkley, I feel like, has articulated the viewpoint of many of many in the Jewish community. Of course, not everyone, but it seems like this has been the case. And the reason why I'm saying it is because of the times where people have been called out for being anti-Semitic. All of those times, those definitions seem to fall into what Rabbi Barkley articulated in his back and forth with Candace Owens. So, Ben, if you don't mind, play the first clip, please. And this is basically just a bit of an update. This is where Candace Owens says, you know what, cool. Some backstory here. She's been accused.
Anti-Semitism.
She's been accused of being anti-Semitic, right?
Yeah.
He wrote an entire article back and forth, giving examples of when she's been anti-Semitic in her past, speaking about some comments that she made in front of one. I can't remember which group she was in front of, but basically she basically mentioned Hitler, and he had problems with her even mentioning Hitler at all, saying why would you even bring up Hitler? But anyway, that's another thing anyway. He basically made a lot of claims that she was anti-Semitic in this particular article, and so the first thing she asks is, listen, give me a definition of anti-Semitism. And so this is what he says.
Is a hate against their religion. By the time you get to the 18th and 20th centuries, when so many Jews have assimilated, they are in culture, they are in arts, they're in science, it's no longer against them for their religion, it's against them for their race. This anti-Semitism is the oldest hate in the world, and the hate that mutates. In 1948, because remember, it's as Lord Sachs...
Oh, I just want to pause it. You said it's a hate that mutates.
Correct.
So your belief then is that the definition of anti-Semitism can necessarily change. Is that correct?
It's not just my belief. It is the commonly accepted understanding in both the Jewish and academic worlds.
Okay.
This isn't, okay? As I said, that's why I quoted, this is a quote. It's a great thing from Lord Sachs, Jonathan Sachs. It's a great thing from Niall Leckett. This is just accepted as understanding of, My cultural
Okay,
anthropologist.
so
We all are different.
I would just say off the bat, I do not accept that definitions can just mutate. That is something that I could debate that on, like the definition of a woman. I mean, and I'm saying not just about Jewish people. I think that we have to have a concrete definition to work with, because then you can just update and say, actually, I've changed that, and now this is what constitutes anti-Semitism.
But Candace, that is the horror of anti-Semitism. So what you are saying to me is that anti-Semitism is this and does not change. What I am saying to you is that the entire world and scholars about anti-Semitism recognize that it is a unique hate. That if you define it as that Jews should not be able to exist collectively, okay, as a collective, they shouldn't have that right. That changes from the Middle Ages with religion, the 18th through 20th centuries about race, and then after Israel's created, it's a hatred based on the nation. And until that is understood, that it is, this isn't something that's really questioned about among academics, theologians, Jewish scholars.
All right, guys, what's your thoughts on that?
I'm not presenting it. This is why I thought that I'm so optimistic about a dialogue. But I think a part of it is you view that the hate can't mutate. And what I'm trying to tell you is that we have 2,000 years of history that demonstrate the exact opposite.
So, and I'm going to just push back just gently here. For me personally, if I thought that racism could just be an ever-shifting definition based on the experience of Black people, it would be a remarkable power, and I would be able to create something like BLM, which could say that everything was racist. So I am not going to be able to agree that definition should be able to transform according to what's happening during the day. But here's what I will say. If you could, just because I think it's really important for us to get to going through this article, because then you might be able to explain why you view it as anti-Semitism. If you could just give us what you are saying the current definition of anti-Semitism is today, that would be very helpful.
The current definition of anti-Semitism today has to do with what the feelings are. It has to do with anti-Zionism, number one. That is a definition. Anti-Zionism, anti-Israel is anti-Semitism.
Okay.
This isn't
so you believe that Jewish people can be anti-Semitic?
Absolutely.
Okay. So when you see a gathering of Jewish people who say, you know, I'm Jewish, but I don't support Israel or Bibi Netanyahu, you say that person can be anti-Semitic.
You just did two different things and was very.
Okay, but I think
you just did two things.
All right, so guys, what's your thoughts on that? Because obviously we're learning it, innit? Like, so we know, so we know what anti-Semitism is, and so we don't fall into that hole, which can grow. But yeah,
I think I can kind of understand why it is that the definition is a bit open and subjective and subject to change based on their history, as in the history of Hitler and whatnot. So I guess in a way it's like they don't know what the future holds, and they don't know how it is that there could be a hate crime against them. So we're not going to define it, like put the definition in a box right now, because come 20 years time and there's a different form of oppression to what it is that we've imagined we could go through happens, it needs to cover that so that it's clear that that is anti-Semitism. But obviously it gets tricky, because then when you then say stuff like Christ is King, you're anti-Semitic. When Jamie Foxx said they were talking about his friends that didn't check up on him in the hospital, and he said, you know, they betrayed Jesus, why wouldn't they betray me?
Yep.
All of a sudden now that's anti-Semitism. So do you get me? So I feel like that's what makes it tricky. But I feel like in my mind, the only reason why a definition for some form of hate would be left open to interpret, would be because you can't predict the future. You can't predict what that form of hate might look like in the future. Do you get me? Like racism back in the day was, racism for Black people was, them being whipped, was on plantations, all that kind of stuff. Okay, people aren't on plantations anymore, but now racism looks like institutional racism. Looks like racism when they're in hospital. Looks like racism when police is killing people. Do you get me? So
the definition
it changes
of it hasn't
and
changed.
stuff.
Yeah.
Say again?
The definition of it hasn't changed. People can implement their racism in different ways.
Yeah, but that's the thing. So I feel like
definition of it hasn't changed.
that's fair, but I feel like when they're talking about their definition, they're thinking about as well the implementation of the hate towards them. So I don't think they're just thinking about. Yeah, I feel like the implementation, of course, yes, but they've added the implementation into that.
But do you feel like that's? I get what you're saying, yeah, but I think this is why I was pretty much gonna respond like how Mark responded. Like, isn't it enough? And of course, obviously, I'm not a Jewish person.
Yeah.
In that sense of the word, right?
Yeah.
But like, isn't it enough that anti-Semitism should be the hatred towards Jews?
No, but you know what it is though, because think about even with racism when it comes to black people. Black people are not on the same wavelength when it comes to the fact that there's something racist has happened.
Okay.
Yes, they were talking about that stupid boy that was making paintings and whatnot. You right?
I don't know if I put my head in the shop just now.
You did.
Is it?
I'm asking, did you?
Look like it. Never mind.
We'll see.
You can check on YouTube.
No, that's all right.
But like the guy we were talking about yesterday and whatnot, yeah. No, you didn't. You weren't nowhere near anything.
No, but I picked up his phone just now.
Yeah, but I'm watching it.
Yeah, you're not.
All right, cool.
Yeah, you weren't anywhere near. But yeah, what's it called? Yeah, the guy we're talking about yesterday and whatnot. There's people that don't think that was racist. So hell, maybe black people as well actually should define racism the way Jewish people define the Jewish community defined anti-Semitism. Then we wouldn't be in these positions. Actually, yeah, I think we might want to pick that up as a people because black people are not we're not coded or we're not on the same wavelength as to what classifies as racism.
Yeah.
We're not, but can't say they. The Jewish community are. Do you get what I mean? The Jewish community are because again, for them, anti-Semitism covers a whole. It could be from the littlest thing to the biggest thing.
Yeah.
But us, it has to be that you've been slapped. Even when flipping, because I know I said I was going to check out Candace Owens. I've said there's better ways I'd rather spend my time because actually I was reminded that she's the one who said what she said about George Floyd and whatnot.
Yeah.
And that's again about that thing where I was saying yesterday about when we're having certain conversations, it's not the time to start bringing in other factors, whatever. If whether he was on drugs, whatever, that doesn't matter. The act that was committed for him that killed him was still an act that murdered him. It was still that. Do you get what I mean? So that's the thing. Even with that, a prominent black woman, didn't think that was a racist attack. She didn't think that was racism. So yeah, man. Hell, I side with them.
Isn't that just down to interpretation? Because like the definition is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
What's
a particular that mic.
Oh.
The definition of racism is what it is. Your perception of it or your understanding of it may be different, but it's very clear. And if you understand that you're discriminating against someone, treating someone in a particular way because of their race, very clear, that's racism.
You say that it's clear because you apply sense when it comes to that. There's people that don't think it's clear.
Yeah,
they
but
don't think it's racism.
Yeah, but that's only because they think, oh, it could be because of something else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If they thought the only factor here was one's blackness, I don't think they would say it's not racism. You know what I'm saying? There's just other factors at play, and so they've chosen to say, no, it's probably this or this. You know what I'm saying? It's a perception thing, I think. But with this is like saying, wait a minute, because he literally said, wait, you hated Jews because they were Jews.
Yeah.
Then you hated them because of their religion. Then it changed into you hating us because we want our nation of our own. Anything that you basically want for tomorrow, you can just say, oh, that's what anti-Semitism is right now. That's problematic.
I don't think so because again, I don't know why Hitler did what he did. I studied at school, but I just really block out negative things to my mind. But again, there's a whole thing with him about blonde eyes and blonde eyes. Blonde hair, blue eyes, He was essentially one of the certain kind of people, whatever. One could say that was anti-Semitism based on looks. Let's just say looks. But there's other forms of anti-Semitism. So had they not left the definition open like that, when it comes to this happening, they wouldn't have the leg to be like, no, actually, this is anti-Semitism. I feel like hate comes in different forms. It can manifest in different forms, and so I understand why it is that they're defining it like that because again, I can't predict a manifestation of something that hasn't happened yet. I can't predict how in the future someone might hate on me because of my blackness because it hasn't happened yet. So my mind can't go there yet. But if my definition leaves room for more hate that I discover is done against me to be classified as racism. I get it.
No, but I think that's slightly different because, like you said, it manifests in different ways. But I feel like all of those things are under the banner of anti-Semitism. So if I hate you because of how you look, that's anti-Semitic because it's still a hate directed towards you. If I hate you because of your religion, which is how you are, what you practice, it's still a hate towards you. That's how it is. But if you're telling me that I don't believe you should be illegally building settlements on somebody else's land and this, that, and the third, and I oppose the ideology of Zionism.
Yeah.
Why is that anti-Semitic?
But that's what I said as well. As much as I understand why they're defining it the way it is, unfortunately, it can open the floodgates for other situations, for misinterpretations, for all that kind of stuff. That's why I brought up the example about the Jamie Foxx thing and the Crisis King thing. Do you get what I mean? But at the same time, like, two things are true. I understand why it is that they're defining it that way, based on their trauma, based on what it is that they've been through as a people. I understand that. However, unfortunately, the downside of that is, of course, the other ways in which it can be defined when actually it isn't anti-Semitic. But because they feel like that, they're going to be like, no, actually it is anti-Semitic. Do you get what I mean? So it's two things.
Okay. Brent, Marks, what's your thoughts, man?
I don't really have much to say on it, man. I don't like entertaining foolishness. To be totally honest with you, they're just chatting shit, man. It's just done. It's just nonsense, man. I ain't got time for it. Just because someone calls me something doesn't mean I am that. So they can make up whatever rules they want and change the definitions anytime they want and whatever.
Yep.
It is what it is. Just because you call me anti-Semitic, it doesn't mean I am. I don't have to put no stock in it. If that's what you want to do and that's how you want to feel, you're entitled to do it. You know what I'm saying? If I don't have any hate in my heart for any Jewish people, it's like what you're saying. If I don't agree with building settlements on other people's land or bombing them into the ground, into oblivion and stuff like that, that's what I stand on my right to hold that belief.
Yeah.
That doesn't make me anti-Semitic. I don't hate any Jewish people for it. And if you don't like my opinion on that, that's your business. And you feel how you feel, man. I couldn't care less.
Hear it. Brent, what about you?
What's the question?
Your views on basically his definition and how I guess it can morph to kind of include different things. It's future-proof.
Honestly, the morphing to include other things, if he is talking about society evolving and people finding other creative slurs to mean the same thing, I hear it, but this is not what he's doing here.
Okay, so you don't agree with what he's doing then, basically?
No, I don't agree with what he's doing.
Because another clip that I want to put up here, I believe it's maybe the second one. And I don't want to stay on this point for too long, but this is basically about how he kind of made Candace Owens feel some type of way, because he was basically saying, why are you comparing what Israel's doing now to what happened to Israel October 7th? And obviously, we've said on the show before, why is it that people like to compare different struggles, this and the third? We've seen before, let a black person talk about the African Holocaust. Let a black person talk about slavery, this, that, and the third. In any sort of way, right, it seems as though all of a sudden we're trying to belittle the Jewish Holocaust or whatever it may be, which is obviously not the case. But here is a perfect example of why people feel this way, because he tries to ask her to basically denounce Hamas and is only willing to accept her condemnation of Hamas if she's willing to say that what happened on October 7th is uniquely evil than what Israel's doing right now. You know what I'm saying? But
Well, the one day.
yeah. Because I guess his point is, well, we're responding to something. You know what I'm saying? But what they did was worse, this, that, and the third. Even though obviously 30,000 people are dead, and on that day, much less was. You know what I mean? But yeah.
That's because that's where they just had to tell the story from, though. It depends on who you talk to, innit? Everything's about perspective, innit? So even though it feels different because it's a delayed reaction, it's not like a direct response to something that they've been doing or something or incident that happened. I'm guessing the people that implemented the attack feel like they're responding to something too. You know what I'm trying to say? So then it's hard to have the conversation if you don't know where the start point is. You know what I'm trying to say? Because it's from one point. If you start from October 7th, then you're not gonna be able to have a proper conversation about it.
Yeah.
If you think this whole issue and everything just starts from October 7th and nothing that happened before October 7th matters, how are you gonna have a proper conversation about it? So I don't know. I don't really put much stock in the show unless these people know more. It's boring. I'm done.
But can you play the clip, please?
I'm going to ask you a specific, simpler question.
This one?
I think so. Is it the second one?
Yeah.
Do you believe there is a qualitative difference between what was done on October 7th and the horrible tragedies that are going on in Gaza, with children being used as human shields and dying and being killed, with all of that? There are tragedies going on in Gaza we both agree on. Do you believe that there is a radical difference between what happened October 7th and what is going on there? Or do you believe that there is really not a moral and huge qualitative difference? It's one or the other.
How it's happening is different. How it's happening is different. There's no
Do you
question that
believe
it's different.
It's evil just the same way.
Children, innocent children dying, if the consequence of children is dying, of course it is an evil thing for innocent children to be dying.
Do you believe? Okay, so I want to make sure I'm hearing you. Okay, I don't want to misinterpret you. I'm asking for specific answers.
It is always an evil, and I again say this as a Christian, it is always an evil when innocent children are killed. Always an evil.
So do you believe that October 7th is more evil than what's happening when the innocent children are dying?
Pardon?
I'm asking you.
What?
I'm asking you the simple question. Do you believe there's a greater depth of evil in what happened October 7th than any of the tragedies that are happening in Gaza?
Actually, let me actually toss this back to you, because this is a great question.
So
I think no. This is a great question. I'm glad you asked this, but I want to toss this to you because one of the things that was also radically misinterpreted. Actually, I was talking about Brian Mass in his language when he said that there's no such thing as an innocent Palestinian life. I thought that was horrifically genocidal to say that. And that has been a huge conflict of whether or not what's happening is genocidal or if it's not genocidal. And something that I don't think that we have a clear definition on is genocide. And this is, obviously the word was created post-Holocaust. And so I would just like to get from you, because we're running out of time.
So I'm not trying to, I don't use the word.
You don't use the word genocide?
Nope.
So you wouldn't describe the Holocaust as a genocide?
I would describe it in other ways. It's just not the language I use. So for me to say that this is a definition would be arrogant and inappropriate, because.
But what percentage of a certain group of people have to die that would constitute a genocide? Because I think that's part of it. It's a backboard where it's like, listen, if we can just say X amount of people, percentage of people dying of the same ethnic group.
Candace, I'm telling you point blank. You're asking me to define a term that I don't go around utilizing.
Okay.
So I don't. You're saying define this, and what I'm saying is, I don't use that term. I am asking you a very simple question, which you have avoided a yes or no on.
I haven't avoided a yes or no on anything. I've been answering you this entire time. I am just saying that if the consequence for me, I cannot, like, what happened on October 7th to me was so horrific and was so evil. And it partially, the reason why I believed it was so horrific and so evil was there was no military target. You were just targeting civilians, and civilians are innocent, right? And so for you to then tell me, is it more or less evil when now innocent civilians, what is the number at? Can you tell me what the number is at of Palestinian children?
No, I can't, because the Hamas stories aren't.
I know, but I'm asking you. I'm not asking Hamas. I'm asking you.
Candace, I'm going to try and make this.
So when you're asking me to compare, and what you're actually asking me to do is to compare, is to state whether or not I believe.
I'm going to make easier than that. Okay?
Please let me finish this. I feel that question, okay, is you trying to make a statement
Let me try to get the question, okay? I believe that what happened on October 7th is a uniquely dark form of evil on a whole other level, in every way, shape, or form of evil than anything that is happening in Gaza. Do you agree with my statement or disagree? I don't need explanations. Do you agree with me or disagree?
I have said to you 1,000 times, I feel like what you are asking me to do right now, I'm looking at the cost of life. This is how I analyze things.
You can't agree. You're not going to agree with me.
I am uncomfortable with the amount of innocent life that is lost right now in Gaza.
So you're not going to agree with me. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on because there's other stuff. Because there's another piece in that article.
Because part of it feels like you want me to weigh, like, is Jewish innocent life worth more than Palestinian innocent life? And I'm not comfortable with that.
You've made that clear that you don't view it the same, or you'd be able to say that what happened on October 7th.
I view innocent life as innocent life.
Yeah, there you go. We got a caller, Brett.
Yeah, it was Ramsey. We called during the
campaign.
Yeah, whilst he was playing.
Call back, Ramsey. Call back. There you go.
Oops. Okay. Good morning.
Hello, morning.
Morning, Ramsey. You alright?
Yes, Ramsey.
What's going on? How's everyone doing?
All good,
thank you. How are you?
Yes, I'm good, thank you. Just because I missed the beginning part of the show, was the definition of Zionism and Judaism explained?
Well, he didn't explain those two terms. He explained anti-Semitism, but he included Zionism within anti-Semitism. Basically saying, if you're anti-Zionism, then you're basically anti-Semitic.
See, that's the issue. I feel like, at a risk of possibly sounding condescending to the viewers, which I don't mean to, the two aren't the same. They're going to conflate them, but they're not the same in the slightest. Zionism is a political ideology that believes that Jews have or need a place of their own.
Yep.
All it is a political ideology. It's not a religion. Judaism is a religion. The Holocaust happened to Jews. Right? They were persecuted by the religion that they followed.
Yeah.
Now, when we're going against Zionism, it's going against this tyrannic rule under Netanyahu or even the Israeli government in whole. Because I feel like right now they're blaming Netanyahu over the travesties that is happening because he's a far-right government and because of Ben Gvir's beliefs and all of them saying that they will kill as many people as they need to, no matter what, until they get their land. And they're hiding it under the guise of, we're just trying to find Hamas, which is, it's all cap. In my personal opinion, I think that saying and conflating Zionism with Judaism to justify the genocide, and I can say that because it's under the ICJ ruling that they're now investigating whether it is a genocide, I can say that them guising that genocide and saying it's anti-Semitic, just the question of what they're doing is anti-Semitic, to me, I think that in itself is anti-Semitic. That spits in the face of all the Holocaust survivors, families, of everything they've been through. I think that's a huge disrespect to Jewish people who have dealt with genuine anti-Semitism.
Yeah,
it's just disgusting. It's nasty. The whole thing is just nasty. They're all the IDF are demons, and they all make me sick.
You know what the thing is? I'm glad you didn't see the beginning of the show because the way you're talking is basically is perfect for basically the next thing I want to say to you, right? Because remember, just 2 seconds ago, you mentioned basically how there's a difference between being hated because of your religion or whatever it may be, and being hated because you kind of somebody who subscribes to the whole idea of Zionism, yeah? But the reason why I say that is because this same guy, this rabbi, he said anti-Semitism changes definition. So he said at one time it was based on a race. Another time it switched over to the religion. And then after that, now it switched over to Zionism. So basically, at different times in history, if you had done anything against those particular things, for example, hated on Jews because of their race, or hated on Jews because of their religion, hated on Jews now because they want to claim the land of Israel, you were anti-Semitic. You see what I'm saying?
I think so. It sounds a bit crazy though.
100% it does. Because by definition, that's not a definition.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
If something is fluid, then it just means that they can weaponize it however this guy wants.
Exactly.
I don't, to say racism is to do with someone's race is when you act on a prejudice.
Yeah.
But but this goes hand in hand with colonialism and imperialism, innit? Like I think I vaguely heard Esther or yourself, I can't remember who said it, but they said I think it was you that said when we bring up the Holocaust that happened in Africa, when we bring up what's happening in Sudan right now, which is it's a huge travesty.
Yeah.
That no one cares about it. But then when in hand with imperialism and colonialism is that when it's a white child, regardless of their race, regardless of what religion they believe in, that is when we're going to start weaponizing and start doing shit. It's all just nuts. It's all. And I swear, anti-Semite. Is it anti-Semite? It has a broader meaning than what is initially thought, right?
Oh, you mean just the word Semite?
Yeah, that's
It
it.
just includes Semitic speaking people. So basically, the Arab people are Semitic. Anyone who kind of descends from, I guess, the line of Shem.
Yeah, no, that whole food, them changing it and that, it just screams imperialism to me.
Yeah.
And that's bullshit.
Well, thank you for calling, Ramsey. Thank you for
No worries, man.
contributing.
Always.
Ramsey.
All right,
Take care,
love.
man.
Peace.
But we're gonna have a caller.
Yeah, they have to call back.
Call back, caller, please. And why you're calling back, Brennan?
If y'all join Discord, it'd be a lot easier to navigate.
For sure.
Because then, one person's off the stage, finishes, next person could just go on.
I think they can all be on the stage talking at the same time, innit?
Not talking at the same time.
No,
I
but I
did
mean,
think
it's
that, but I
possible.
didn't want to say that. Yeah. But yeah, they could all be on the stage and then take turns kind of thing. Yeah, that would work better.
I haven't put the Discord up today because I have to double check if it is still working with the new update.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Good morning, caller.
Like a black Rob.
Brent, I swear, if you introduce me as Chim Chimaru again, we'll have to fight, bro.
Morning,
We'll
Chims.
fight, man.
How you doing, man?
Hi, Esther. How you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, Esther. How you doing, man? I'm good.
No, you didn't say my
man,
name
my
twice.
guy. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good, man. I can't complain.
All right, cool, man. Sorry, it was you. It's you. I'm on, by the way. Brent, my guy. Come on. What are you doing?
What did Brent do?
No, it's fine. It's all right. Yeah, no. What the guy on the phone? Is it Ramsey?
Yes, yeah, it was Ramsey, yeah.
Yeah, nothing he was saying was making sense in terms of the Bible. What's the discussion right now? Are we talking like from a Christian standpoint or?
With regards to what exactly?
With what was being spoken about, because I feel like, what's the meme? You know when the person's like, oh, why am I being thrown in it? I feel like Christianity just gets thrown into stuff, and like more time we're not on beef, like we're not those people. And I think we've got people that are championing our faith. Really, it should be Esther really on that. But Iman, my guy, I don't understand. He puts sense because you have to pick a fight. Is it Islam or Christianity? Like, bro, help me. Help you.
I thought you were talking about the anti-Semitism.
Are you watching the right show today?
Wait, what episode?
No, it is. No, because this falls into it though. Because anti-Semitism that doesn't fall within Christianity.
It doesn't what, sorry?
There's no way that Christians can be anti-Semites.
Oh wow.
That's not a thing.
Why is that?
Because we believe in the Lord Christ.
Because you believe in what?
Because Christians believe that Jesus has been here, Lord and Savior is going to come back, but the Jewish communities don't believe that.
There's no way that we can be.
Don't believe that.
Isn't that almost like saying
we follow the same
I like
word?
one black person.
No, because do they believe that Jesus has been here already? Right. And they're waiting for Jesus.
Yeah, they're waiting for not Jesus, the Messiah.
Exactly. Yeah. But Christians believe that the Messiah has already been.
Yeah.
So if you were to challenge that, kind of like link into the Christ is King thing, because remember he was saying you could say Christ is King, but if you're saying that, God has forgotten His promised people and da 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 da. So as a Christian, they could see that as being anti-Semitic. If you say that the Messiah has already been,
As in the Jewish people could see
You
that.
get what I'm saying?
yeah,
of course, 100%.
yeah. So that's what he's
our
saying,
faith.
that Christians
The thing,
come into the conversation.
that's our whole faith. Our whole faith is Christ is here. You know what I'm
100%.
saying? And if they say that, we're like, that's us. That's us.
Oh yeah, but this is basically what we're saying. How ludicrous it is for him to suggest that by saying Christ is King, you're anti-Semitic. This is what we were saying at the beginning. Ramsey didn't say anything
Oh, okay,
in
cool.
opposition to that.
Sorry. Okay, cool. Sorry, I was, bro. Sorry, I was on the way to smoking, man. Maybe for like 2-3 days ago. I've been on you for a few days now, innit? So allow me, bro. All right, cool. So you're saying Christ is God, then?
Yeah, of course. And to say that should not be anti-Semitic in the slightest. Because like I said before, when Jamie Foxx, when this whole debacle happened with Jamie Foxx, I was saying,
what do you sorry, wait, give me a second. What do you mean Jamie Foxx? What are we talking about here?
So you remember before, maybe early this year or maybe end of last year, Jamie Foxx put out an Insta post basically saying, what was it again?
He said,
if they can
betray Jesus, like they will betray you too. But he was talking about like friendship issues.
Exactly, because that's what people do. People use that all the time.
Yeah.
Like, right? And basically everyone came out and basically said that what he said was anti-Semitic.
Well, not everyone.
Well, and Aniston...
People that thought Jennifer Aniston was a snake. People that thought that he was being anti-Semitic came out and said that they meant the Jewish community. He was just talking about a friend that didn't check up on him.
Exactly.
Man, his business.
And basically when he said that, obviously they accuse him of being anti-Semitic. And I'm glad that's come up now because when I say they, obviously the Jewish community that believe that what Jamie did was anti-Semitic are saying it's because it goes back to a trope from back in the day that kind of got Jews in a lot of trouble because the narrative was Jews were the ones who killed Jesus. You know what I'm saying? And by saying they killed Jesus, you're now bringing that thing up from the past, and that's anti-Semitic, which can obviously lead to the deaths of Jews. Now, that's the same argument this rabbi used in the same back and forth with Candace Owens, where he basically said it was wrong for her to call Rabbi Shmuley's daughter a witch. Why? Because in the past, there were Jewish people who were accused of being witches.
Who's to call who?
Rabbi Shmuley.
Who's that person? Who's that person?
Rabbi Shmuley's daughter. So Rabbi Shmuley, right? He's basically somebody who's been criticizing Candace Owens for a couple of years.
Sorry.
Rabbi Shmuley's been criticizing Candace Owens for 2 years now, yeah. And basically, obviously, she criticized him, basically saying he's an unholy rabbi, and basically saying his daughter and him are weird because they've got a sex company selling butt plugs and dildos.
That is weird.
And all sorts of stuff together, right? And she basically also, based on what she's saying, called her a hag, right? And he said, well, wait a minute, why are you calling her a hag? That's anti-Semitic. And why are you saying that the rabbi is unholy? That's also anti-Semitic. To suggest the rabbi is unholy is anti-Semitic. So all of these things basically line up into this definition. This is basically where all of this comes from. That's why I mentioned the whole Jamie Foxx thing.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
No, but Iman, more time. Oh, yeah, sorry, but I think Brent wants to move on. But the way you've been acting on, like, it's only by God's grace that Esther's back on now. But bro, the way you've been acting this whole week, bro, come on, man. You've been acting anti-black, bro.
Impossible. I couldn't act anti-black if I tried. Yeah.
Even if you tried.
That's anti-Semitic, by the way.
Wait, did you tell Esther when you said somebody else was allowed to say nigger if you're not black? Did you tell her
I
that?
saw this.
Who the hell said that?
Now, to be fair, he didn't say it. He just copied and pasted it.
Chims.
But to be fair, this is how things go out.
I'm not trying. No. I'm not trying to go against you.
Yeah, you should call
I'm
it.
not trying to go against you, bro.
I think you should start.
See, Esther's fighting for your corner right now, but I'm
Because
just saying,
she
the
heard
big
the
man.
truth.
Yeah, because
You
sir,
just-
you
you
added
made
a lot
sense.
of
No, it's
Maggie
not, but
and
no, it's
all
not.
sorts of spices to that story.
Nah. This isn't right. This isn't right.
So
Jim,
Brent's about to call you
no.
Chim Chimney,
We need
so
to.
yeah, hun. Let's just before this goes real left.
Jim, you're my guy as well.
Thanks,
Don't
hun.
let me treat you like I do the my ops. You know.
No. Me and you, we have back and forth because we know like political back and forth in it. So
yeah, 100%.
cool. We can do that.
Yeah,
We can do that. We have the time. I'm in the Discord now, so I can see the
Okay,
chat
good.
and I can see what people are saying.
All right.
Also, a lot of the people, by the way, whilst I'm here, I beg all you lot, join the Discord or them man there. But yeah, man, nah, please, I need a bit more heat on you in terms of that then.
All right. Okay,
you
man.
willing to back it?
Huh?
I said you willing to back it because elections are coming up, you know.
Oh yeah, don't worry. Look, you know what? I've got someone planned to come on the show. It's gonna be a good one. Yeah, that's what
Elections. As the elections are coming up. As elections are coming up.
Yeah.
And there's someone that you specifically have on the show.
No, it's not it's not somebody that like I know or whatever.
No, save
but
the
somebody,
surprise. For,
yeah. I'm not going to talk about it too much,
Yeah.
but obviously stay tuned and it's going to make sense. But we're definitely going to be talking about elections, 100%.
All right.
But yeah, man.
Don't bring a Tory on there. Don't bring a Tory on tree because I'll fight back. Yeah,
Hey, no problem.
Like, tell me now so I can get a
not,
label or two back in the corner.
It's not a Tory person. It's just a political somebody. Yeah, put it that way. But yeah, man.
Thank you very much
Thank you for
in.
calling, man.
All right. So, come on, guys, we go on. Say less. Easy.
Bye.
Tip. All right, guys. I think we can kind of wrap up there because I kind of just added the last few points in anyway. But yeah, this is what happened to Candace Owens. Crisis King was anti-Semitic. She's been sacked by Daily Wire. There you go.
It's so funny because I watched her Breakfast Club and sis was really like, Ben, I guess he doesn't, but it was just so funny because she was like, oh, he hasn't got the power to fire me. And the next day the reports Candace Owens fired.
Hello?
And yeah, he probably might wasn't the one that did it, but it was just so funny because she was with confidence like that he can't find me, but he's on the line.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, Saleh. How are you, love?
I'm very well. How's everyone today?
Yeah.
Good, thank you.
We thank God.
Fantastic. I was listening to this and I was having a conversation with myself, trying to understand where this man was coming from. And I think when he speaks about what was it that he said about anti-Semitism? What was the word that he used? Did he say changing or like morphing
It
or
mutates. Huh?
mutate?
Yeah, it mutates.
Yeah, because when I hear that, the first thing I did was I went and I searched for the definition of anti-Semitism, and that what I found was that anti-Semitism is prejudice, or what was the other word? They said prejudice or hostility towards Jewish people.
Mm-hmm.
So, if that's the definition, prejudice or hostility towards Jewish people. Now, back in the day, I believe Jewish people were seen to be a race. Now it seemed to be more of a religion.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's the case, and now Jewish people as a group has moved from being a race of people to a religion, that would mean that the group has kind of changed. So you could kind of say, first of all, as well, I need to make a point to say I don't agree with what this guy is saying. I'm hearing where he's coming from in the wording of him saying that, okay, like potentially you could try to make an argument. I'm not sure if you would succeed, but you could try to make an argument that yes, it is changing because like let's just say another example as well would be racism in America, like in the 1800s. People were getting lynched.
Mm-hmm.
Now, People were getting lynched, and now racism in America is very different, and it's a lot more subtle. It's changed. It's still there, but as I was thinking of this, it led me to thinking that this is the fact that this guy is on a screen and he's speaking these ideas to the world. That is what we shouldn't really be allowing to happen. Because the reason this man is saying these things is he's basically gaslighting the nation. He's trying to, the majority of the people, when they watch the news, it goes in one ear, out the other, and then some of them, they just listen to it and then they just take it at face value. So when people hear these things and they say, it's anti-Semitic to, I don't know, to not say hi to your Jewish neighbor in the morning because Moses, they didn't speak to him. Like, as they push out these stories and these ideas, the nation is going to just take it at face value.
Yeah.
And then before you know it now, when someone does stand up and say, oh, well, you know what? No, we live in a democracy. You have the right to have a different opinion. Then that person now looks like a crazy person. So it's not political warfare, but I think there's another word for it, where it's talking about like the movement of ideas within a nation. And I think what they're trying is that type of warfare, basically. Ideology warfare. Is that the term?
I'm not too sure.
I'm not sure. Yeah. But that's what I think on the matter.
So you think it's kind of erroneous, basically, for him to have a definition that mutates? Or do you feel like...
Honestly, man, to be honest, I think that the man's trying shit, man. What's he talking about? What's he... No, as in like... And all these things about like, this other thing, you called my daughter a witch, and then in the Torah they wrote about this story and this person was a witch. So you're really trying to, like, remember in English when we're writing about books and it's the curtains were blue and this represents that. As in, they're trying shit. They're trying shit. What are we talking about here? No, and let's look at the facts. Let's look at the facts for what they really are. They're saying that, okay, in fact, this is another thing, then. This is another reason why I hear where he's coming from when he says that the anti-Semitism is changing. Okay, now remember, anti-Semitism, hostility or prejudice. Yeah, okay. Well, me personally, I'm not anti-Semitic. However, I do appreciate that not everyone is like me. As in, I don't hate anyone. So... it would be pretty impossible for me to be anti-Semitic. I don't believe in war. I don't believe in any of these things. However, now the reasons for this hostility or prejudice changing over time, 100%. Like I can't speak to why people may have had disdain towards Jews in the past. Once again, because I'm not one of those people. And I don't hate Jews now. However, I can understand, like, looking at the situation and the history, I can see how the reason why people would have hostility or prejudice towards Jewish people would have changed in recent times. Especially in recent times because of the way they've blown things up on the internet and all over the world news. But the facts are, they have killed, over thousands and thousands of innocent children have died because of the Israel and the IDF. So because of that, now people are starting to have hostility and prejudice towards Jewish people. And that's a change from before. So yes, he's correct. But then at the same time, he still won't accept and admit to the fact that, okay, the reason why we've got so many more people having hostility and prejudice towards us now is because, we did actually just kill 30,000 people. Or I don't even know what the current number is. But I've just realized I've been talking for quite some time. I apologize.
That's all right. Sorry. As always, we appreciate your call, man. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ali.
Thanks a lot, man.
No worries. Everyone have a fantastic day.
You too.
Take care. Bye.
All right, guys. Bro, let's move on, man.
she run it independent, man.
Yeah, I know.
She was fine for her life on the timeline yesterday, boy. Some black girl. Is she the next headline?
No.
Oh, you mentioned. Oh, my bad. Yeah, some black girl. She's running as an independent, but she couldn't get through. Essentially, she wasn't the lead. She wasn't picked as the leader of the Tory party for running for mayor of London. So she's running as an independent. And obviously, people were shy. People were like, "Oh, you got MBE. You haven't said anything about freeing Palestine. Whatever." So she was just going back and forth with people like for time. And then she said she's gonna do a Zoom. That's great. Do you mean I should end it there? Do you think you made a scene there? Never mind. Carry on.
Yes. Anyway, guys. What do you call it? Next headline. Hamas's deputy military commander, Marwan Issa, was killed in an Israeli strike earlier this month. This is according to Israel's military spokesperson. There was no immediate comment from Hamas, which is the Palestinian group that governs the Gaza Strip. The United States announced last week that Issa had been killed in an Israeli strike, but Israel had not confirmed his death until now. The Israeli military had previously said that they had targeted Issa in an airstrike on an underground compound in central Gaza on March the 9th, between March 9th and March 10th. Next headline, and apparently for the first time in almost 30 years, part of Donald Trump's business empire has gone public. So Trump Media and Technology Group, the owner of struggling social media platform Truth Social, began its journey as a public company on Tuesday under the ticker symbol DJT. The stock surged at about 56% at the open to $78, and trading was briefly halted because for volatility. Trump Media shares stabilized around $70 before fizzling. By the close of the day, Trump Media ended at $57.99, up by 16% on the day. Wall Street is assigning Trump Media an eye-popping valuation of nearly $11 billion. Apparently, this is a price tag that experts have been warning is untethered to reality. Trump Media generated just $3.4 million of revenue through the first 9 months of last year, according to filings. The company lost $49 million over that span, and yet the market is valuing Trump Media at approximately $11 billion. And our last headlines, a short one here, and Prince Harry is named in a $30 million lawsuit against Sean Diddy Combs, which accused the rapper of sex trafficking and sexual abuse. Billionaire Combs is accused of drawing guests to alleged sex trafficking parties thanks to his VIP associations with celebrities, athletes, politicians, and international dignitaries like the British royal Prince Harry. There's no suggestion of any wrongdoing by Prince Harry, guys, so obviously bear that in mind, and representatives for Prince Harry have been contacted for a comment. But yes, we'll update you guys.
I was going to say, you're moving like Daily Mail with that headline. Because all of them are reporting like, oh, he's in the lawsuit, but he's not in the lawsuit for anything bad.
At all.
But they make it seem like that because obviously British media and that.
Mm-hmm. But yes, that's it for the headlines. Time to pay them bills.
All right, let's get in some word on road. All right, I'm going to breeze through these because we've got places to be and people to see. So, Kim Kardashian. All right. Kim Kardashian and Odell Beckham Jr. have broken up. I'll be honest with you, I didn't even know they were together like that. I thought it was a rumor, but they've allegedly broken up. I saw something, I don't know if it's true though, but she was talking about wanting to like have more kids and blah, blah. And then the breakup has come shortly after that. Fair. I hear it because don't bring that energy around me, boy. So that's that. Who is next? Simon Guobadia. I've heard more about Simon than I ever want to in my life. But anyway, Simon Guobadia, he's a Nigerian man who married Portia from Real Housewives of Atlanta. They were married, I'm tired of telling their history, but the divorce is not a shock. Cut long story short. But anyways, he's basically saying, obviously they're going for a divorce and whatnot. He's an illegal immigrant in America. He's been ducking and diving, using different identities and all sorts. There's a whole alleged fraud thing going on. It's a whole thing. Essentially, she filed for divorce shortly after all of that came out in the media, blah, blah. Cool. Anyways, this man is out here in very Nigerian fashion, being so dramatic, talking about Portia. So I think she left their marital home, obviously, if I'm filing for a divorce, I can't be sleeping next to you. But she returned, and he's talking about she returned with a gunman. Sir, it's probably security. It was a security guard. And if anything, I was like, why would you want people to know this? Because it makes you look bad. Why would she feel like she needs security? But anyway, he's saying that she came back with a gunman and she's come to the house twice with a gunman, and he had to call the police to maintain peace and what. No one cares. But anyways, so he filed this in the court papers. She then filed something back and said that he also claimed that she got third parties to harass him and whatnot in order to force him out of the house, out of their Georgia home. But actually, his prenup, which is what she quotes, says that he has to leave the house. So he should have been there in the first place, which is probably why sis went there with security. But anyway, so she's basically said that there was no need. But hold on. She said that basically said that he was lying, and it's false statements and allegations, and he's intentionally misrepresenting the reality of the situation. And the situation is that there was no need to have prior discussions with him, because there was a clear prenuptial agreement that required the husband to vacate the marital residence, by March the 22nd of 2024. Yes, and the document also says, wife further shows that after learning husband was having multiple women in the marital residence, she no longer felt comfortable staying in the residence with her minor child. So he was entertaining women all up in the gaff. That's what's happening on their side of things, as you can probably tell. All the best, all parts. I think she just needs to get on Real Housewives and let us know the real tea as to why she's divorced the man, because it's difficult. In obviously true fashion, as everyone would expect, 50 Cent has been having a field day. A field day with Diddy. Well, no Diddy, but with Diddy's situation. But my thing is, though, I feel like the way 50 Cent goes hard, I hope he's clean. I hope he's squeaky clean. Because, boy, the day need not arrive where he's been accused of anything. Not fraud, not SA, not foolishness, nothing. He can't ever... The way he trolls people, you must have no skeletons. Because, sir... But anyway, he's been doing what he's been doing. And then he also posted a picture of Jay-Z, talking about, has anyone seen Jay-Z? Saying, Diddy said Jay-Z's not answering his phone and whatnot. So, just stop all of this stuff. But obviously, Jay-Z's name's been coming up a lot in the past couple of days with the whole Diddy stuff going on. It'd be interesting to see why and how. So there's that. And then, speaking of Diddy, though, he has sold all his shares in Revolt, man. He no longer owns it. So he started the company, or founded the company in 2013. Obviously Revolt is a home to like a lot of shows, a lot of podcasts, all that kind of stuff. But he's sold his the rest of his shares to an anonymous buyer. But they're saying that the company is still black owned. So if that means anything to anybody, that's great, isn't it? What else was I going to talk about him? Oh, and apparently his alleged drug dealer, was arrested and whatnot. Apparently is that when they raided the house, there's a lot of like devices and stuff that's been confiscated, which obviously will duh. You can't raid the house. First of all, the way police and all FBI and all these people raid houses really pisses me off, because who's cleaning this up? How do you inconvenience my life and have to come and clean all of this up? Because the pictures from the raid are wild. Wild. When they say they turned it upside down, sideways and everything. But anyways, Diddy's lawyer has spoken about obviously the stuff. Oh yeah, when the Caribbean thing, his plane was sighted in the Caribbean, but he wasn't on the plane. But obviously with people that have private jets, a lot of them rent it out and blah, blah, blah. So maybe there was just a poor family, just them and their business on holiday, next to paparazzi taking a picture of them and whatnot. But there was that. But at the time his house was getting raided, he was at the airport and he was questioned by customs and stuff about like, obviously there's already going on in your house. They're just asking questions, but there's no warrant for his arrest or anything like that, or to detain him or anything like that. But they asked him questions essentially. But there was a video. TMZ's everywhere. Someone said if TMZ was around Jesus' time, they would have watched Jesus get out of the tomb. They would have got on camera. But they basically had a video of Sean, what's his name, Diddy, walking around, pacing up and down and whatnot. It looks stressed. Can't lie, it looks stressed. Another person that looks stressed though, Stevie J. Stevie J was on live yesterday playing gospel music. Talking about no weapons formed against me will prosper and whatnot. Had a shirt on that had Biggie on it. Bucket hat tilted to the side. That man is nervous as heck.
Well, you think he's got cases pending or something?
No, but remember Lil Rod said that Stevie was one of Diddy's alleged sexual partners and whatnot, and he's involved in the freak offs and whatnot.
I didn't know.
Yeah, allegedly Stevie J was involved in freak offs. So he looked real. I mean, you know, people try to act like they're calm. No, you're not calm.
Did you see
I
that
see your heart
on the
beating.
camera coming out of the in the
The
bedroom?
neighbor, the alleged neighbor. Oh my God, I wish I could have sent that video to Brent. Let me see if I can find it quickly. Do you know how funny, yeah? Let me see, 'cause I'm not going to do it justice. Let me see. Sorry, Brent.
That's good.
But that video is so funny, yeah, because, sir, who the hell asked? Oh, there it is. Email it, yeah?
Yes, please.
You got it, yeah?
Yeah, I got it, yeah.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, people are too funny, man. But let me read Diddy's statement while Brent gets that video up. No, not Diddy's statement. Diddy's lawyer statement. It says, yesterday there was a gross overuse of military level force as search warrants were executed at Mr. Combs' residences. There is no excuse for the excessive show of force and hostility exhibited by authorities or the way his children and employees were treated. Mr. Combs was never detained, but spoke to and cooperated with the authorities. Despite media speculation, neither Mr. Combs or any of his family members have been arrested, nor has their ability to travel been restricted anyway. That is also true. This unprecedented ambush paired with an advanced coordinated media presence leads to a premature rush to judgment of Mr. Combs and is nothing more than a witch hunt. I love when lawyers would use witch hunt. Oh, so powerful. Based on meritless accusations made in civil lawsuits, there has been no finding of criminal or civil liability with any of these allegations. Mr. Combs is innocent and will continue to fight every single day to clear his name, honey. But no honey, everything. But.
Question, Mags and Emmanuel.
Mm-hmm.
This type of smearing, isn't it kind of reminiscent to Michael Jackson's thing?
No?
Why is it different?
Huh?
Why is it different?
These are stories coming out from the streets. Like this is like there's like a whole conspiracy and a whole network of stuff going on. Michael's thing, money grabbing parents trying it, and the feds went. I said this to you anyway. If the feds don't find nothing and Diddy busts this case, he's innocent as Michael.
Oh, okay.
But you are worried because you know the feds are on him. They're putting at the string. You're gonna find something because you get what I'm trying to say. So they're not the same.
You know what's funny though? People keep forgetting that there was a whole Cassie case,
That's what
like
I'm saying.
with receipts and videos and everything.
It wasn't just the feds, Homeland Security, you know.
So
One
The
second.
security of the homeland.
The security of the homeland.
He would argue that there wasn't.
What?
With what with Cassie?
Yeah.
Who would argue
because
that there wasn't with Cassie?
He settled outside.
Who would argue that there wasn't Puffy?
No, you.
No, you.
Don't tell me what I'd argue. Well, I'd argue what?
Do you believe the Cassie stuff?
What the fuck's that got to do? What are you talking about? One second. What did you just say about me?
Do you believe the Cassie stuff
Do I believe that Cassie...
was abused, trafficked, and all sorts and drugged and all whatnot by Diddy?
We didn't see any of it.
Yeah?
We just heard that this was what was said in court.
No, I read the document,
Yeah.
the court document.
But you didn't see any of it.
I'm not a victim blamer. I've got no reason not to believe her. Why, you don't believe her?
No,
God damn,
Wait,
Brent. I didn't know
wait.
you was like that. I didn't know he was that kind of man.
You said you're not a victim blamer. You got no reason not to believe.
I'm not a victim,
them.
but I'm a gaslight, you know.
So when them little boys came and was saying that stuff about Michael Jackson,
Under the guidance of their parents. Yeah, the money grabbing parents.
okay, fair enough.
These little kids don't know what they don't know. It's the money grabbing
If he
parents.
gets cleared after FBI's done all of that kind of stuff,
then they're lying.
Then you would be like, all right, cool, he's innocent of all of this stuff.
Yes. Did you see all them? Did you see the yard? They obviously
So
clearly.
the street stuff that you said don't mean nothing.
They clearly, yeah. No, because the freak-offs are not necessarily illegal. The streets are saying that he's a freak and he's having freak-offs. The freak-offs could be true. Whether he's doing illegal things are different. He could be doing freak-offs and not be doing anything illegal.
No, but that's in the freak-offs,
People
though.
could be participating willingly in his freak-offs. That doesn't mean he's doing anything illegal.
Yeah, but what makes it freak offs illegal is the trafficked girls that are
Yes,
involved in the
precisely.
freak offs, and some of them are underage allegedly.
Well, then that's what I'm trying to say. So
So
the
that,
feds and the feds and Homeland Security are here now. So if there's trafficked girls and illegal, they're gonna find them, innit? They're gonna get the proof. If it's true, they're gonna find it. And if it's not true, they ain't gonna find none. So they went in there, obviously believing that they had grounds to go in there, or they wouldn't have done all of that. You know what I'm trying to say? So they're gonna walk in that light and they're gonna do it. And if they don't find nothing, then there was nothing to find. That's what I'm of the believer.
Do you think that them going in there, you said that they had grounds to do it. Do you think it was just a case of it's a public display of force because they let the media know?
Bro, they had a helicopter, you know.
They had everything, right?
Mad.
So do you think it is part of this particular conspiracy theory where people are suggesting that they went in to hide, to plant evidence as opposed to go and collect evidence?
Oh, you think they went in to plant it?
Essentially, what is being suggested is that his higher ups need a fall guy, and he's that fall guy.
But if he's a fall guy, then they wouldn't even need to plant it. They probably threw him under the bus, but they wouldn't need to plant anything because if he's a fall guy and he's involved in it, he's entrenched in what's going on, the stuff's there. They could just point him and tell them where to look. So the idea of saying they planted stuff sounds like wishful thinking. Like they wouldn't need to plant anything if he's involved in it. If I'm higher up and I've got one of my lackeys, that I think is going to go rogue and start talking and whatnot. If I point the feds in the right direction, I don't need to fabricate nothing because it's true. You know what I'm trying to say? All this stuff that's going on, so I'm just going to blow him up. So planting, it sounds wishful thinking to me, but it would just be snitching. And I could see the hiding the evidence stuff to throw him under the bus and to protect the people on top of him. I could see that. That doesn't mean he doesn't have a hand in what's going on.
And I think that's what it is, you know. 'Cause I feel like that's where my mindset is that he's got a hand in everything that's been going on. But I also do think that he's the fall guy. But I also feel like when you're involved in such circles, you know that there's going to be a day where you're going to have to pay for all the things that's been given to you. Like he's a billionaire, he's all these things, but all that stuff doesn't come for free. Like there's a cost. So I feel like he knows that his day has come. It's time for him to pay up, kind of thing.
Yeah, so even just because they make him the fall guy doesn't mean he's innocent.
Yeah, he still did that shit.
Do you get what I mean?
Allegedly.
Yeah. So, but we have to wait and see because, like I said, it weren't just feds; it was the security of the homeland.
It's crazy, man.
They was all there.
That's big security. That's big security.
God damn.
They was all there. You get me? So if there's something to be found, they're gonna find it.
Even called in reinforcement. And then someone on Twitter was like, oh, why did they call in like this branch and this branch to help them raid the house? Is really that dangerous? Someone said he blew Kid Cudi's car 10 years ago. We just found out. He was doing this and that, whatever else to what's the name? To Cassie. He did this, did that. Yes, he is. Anyway.
Let me play the video that you guys
Please.
just sent me.
This is alleged neighbor, yeah.
Alleged. Okay.
Oh, black people are not serious, man.
Miners over here late at night. I live right next to him. He do too much. It be like buses, like big ass buses. You just see all type of shit hop out. Especially at nighttime, like around 3 o'clock in the morning. It gets wild. I'm his neighbor. When my basketball go over there, I just let it be because I don't want to.
That's what I'm finishing. When my basketball go there, I just let it be.
I just let it be.
Oh, you are not serious, man. But anyway, speaking of not serious, man, Russell Simmons has been served up in Bali. People say he's hiding out in Bali. Apparently, he's not hiding out there. He just lives there.
So he's just there.
He just left. He just left the land of the free and whatnot and just decided to go camp up in Bali for the past 6 years. So apparently, people do that. Hasn't been back in... Anyway, whatever. So that's happened. So basically, he's been served because, trigger warning, essentially, there's a woman who has a case against him saying that he made sexual advances while she was 17 years old. So she says that trigger warning, sexual assault, he raped her in 1995 and went on a concert and malicious campaigns. So it's also like a defamation suit. It's a whole suit thing. But basically, they sent one guy out there to go and serve him. The guy didn't even know exactly that. He didn't have an address, anything, but he was able to find him in the Bali Islands, man. Apparently, he's known there. The people in the town and whatnot. They're like he's a billionaire, but also he's known in Bali. I guess when you've lived there that long, people will know you. So yeah, he's been served, and we'll see what comes of that. I think that was it, wasn't it? Yeah, I believe it is. So yeah, it is. All right, let's get into People's Journal then.
All right, people, welcome to the People's Journal, where I give you the news from an economics point of view. There isn't much to talk about today, just a few things that have kind of, I guess, affected certain businesses. And one of the interesting ones is about a Japanese nappy maker. So remember before we were talking about the change in age of the population in Japan and certain parts of the world, innit? Where people are just not having enough babies and things of that nature. Well, that is now trickling into the economics. So basically, this Japanese nappy maker, they're called Oji Holdings. Like I said, they make nappies for babies and stuff, but now they're basically stopping that to move on to make nappies for adults.
Okay.
Because, yes.
Okay. Wait a minute. In what age? Like 85?
65 and older, I believe.
Okay. What?
Yeah. Because there's an aging population, not enough kids. It's like, wait a minute, we ain't making enough money doing this. There will be more adults that need nappies than kids. Do you know how crazy that is to think?
I mean, it's smart though.
It is.
There's probably a market for adults that need nappies. That sounds about smart.
It's crazy though. It's crazy, man. But yeah, apparently the sales of adult nappies outpaced those for infants in the country for more than a decade. Can you imagine? Insane. Absolutely insane. The number of babies born in Japan in 2023 was 758,000, which is down 5.1% from the previous year. So it's just getting worse and worse. It was also the lowest number of births on record in Japan since the 19th century. In the 70s, the figure stood at more than 2 million. Now it's down to 750,000. Crazy. Next thing I wanted to mention is Barclays has said that its payment systems and the banking app they're now working now. I'm not too sure if you guys bank with Barclays, if you had any difficulties recently, but something happened on yesterday evening, and basically it was preventing people from using the app and do certain things. So yeah, the bank has apologized for the issues with the payments, where you couldn't, obviously send money to people or receive money. Apparently they fixed it now. But that same problem apparently hit Sainsbury's and McDonald's as well. Something similar anyway. That's what they're saying. Next thing I wanted to mention is, Brett, tell me what you think about this, yeah? Because I know a lot of the time you speak about conspiracy, you talk about the government knowing certain things ahead of time and things of that nature. Do you feel like there is someone, when I say someone, government, businesses, whatever, that has the ability to make flying cars or have made flying cars, even use flying cars?
Of course.
Yeah? Why do you think that?
I've seen them.
You seen the flying cars? Where?
You seen flying boat bike?
I said, have you seen flying pigs too?
Flying motorbike? I've not seen that.
Flying?
Jet propulsion thing.
Have you seen flying pigs?
No.
Ah.
Brett,
Which land did you see this in?
Sorry, you haven't asked him, Margs to elaborate on his flying motorbikes?
Yeah, like which land? Where did you see this? What country did you see the flying cars and motorcycles?
Use the internet.
Boy, bye.
No, to be honest, I'm the person who goes and does exactly what you just asked.
So he's about to do it.
I thought you meant like you seen in person.
No, not in person.
No, we see all sorts on the internet.
So let me just show you
A flying car?
that Margs has never lied in his life. There you go.
That's not a car.
It's a bike.
Motorcycle, he said.
Oh.
And there is the propulsion.
There you go. Jet propulsion, baby.
What makes that a motorcycle? I imagine 2 wheels. That's got
One.
4. That's a car.
They ain't got no wheels, actually. If we're gonna be.
Aren't the wheels flat on the side?
That's jet propulsion. Come on, man. Technology. What you think? 1 second. It's 2024. You think they couldn't do that?
Well,
obviously they ain't put it into mass production and shit like that, but there's one somewhere. Of course there is. I've seen a boat car. I've seen a car drive into the boat, into the ocean and drive.
And drive
And keep driving. So I don't understand what you're talking about.
Well, the reason why I mention it is because there's this Chinese firm that's bought the tech behind a flying car. So this was originally developed and
they're about to mass
successfully.
produce that now.
Yeah, there you go. You know what I mean? It was originally developed and successfully flown in Europe. Apparently, they flew it between 2 Slovakian airports. This is like almost 3 years ago. Well, 3 years ago, using the runways for takeoff and landing and all that sort of thing. So yeah, this car was just flying in the air for 35 minutes, man.
Yeah, that's a different level of. I have no business ever flying
That would be
in a
nice.
vehicle.
I'd be on having a flying car.
Oh, I couldn't.
Why don't you go about my business?
I'm in the pigeons territory. I hate when they're down here. I'm definitely getting slapped by pigeons every day.
Could you imagine? I walk out the street, drove my car, and just go up. That would be sick. Get home enough quick.
No, if everyone's doing what you're doing and there's traffic on air.
No,
Wild.
but they'll use the GPS to set so you won't be able to just free fly.
You have to be in lanes.
There'll be
avoidance.
Yeah, there'll be predetermined routes that your vehicle wouldn't be able to come off, if that makes sense. Because you could do it with a GPS.
Fair.
So drones have avoidance technology. So
I thought about this. It will work. Jetsons, baby.
yeah, of course it would.
I want to live in the Jetsons world. That was one of my favorite
can't wait.
cartoons.
I thought it would have been there by now.
Yeah, I thought that, but I wanted the Jetsons life mainly for my hair. I hated having to take my hair out. I just wanted to pop my head in the little bowl and it's done, and I pop back out and that's it. Fun times.
Next thing I wanted to mention is you guys, your passports. Have you guys got the whole, like, it being what's the word, valid for like 10 years and stuff?
Mine runs out in soon. Mine might run out in 29.
That's not soon.
It says soon. That's 5 years time.
Mine like next year.
That's
So
soon.
dramatic. Mine is like probably 27, I think. I don't even know. What year are we in? 24? I don't even know.
I think mine's next year.
That's soon, man.
Oh no, actually I did it when I changed my name. What year was that?
Can you travel with 12 months left on it?
I think so.
Oh my gosh.
What? Yours is run out?
It's bad.
Oh god, no wait, next month. I actually need to check.
ASAP.
When did I change my name? Oh crap.
But yes. I mention that because
That's annoying.
people who are going on holiday, you've been warned, man, not to get caught out by the passport 10-year
helpful.
rule, which can ruin EU travel plans, man. So long story short, basically, UK travellers used to be able to carry up to 9 months from an old passport over into a new passport, yeah? But post-Brexit, EU countries are not accepting passports that issued more than 10 years ago. It sounds weird as well. Home Office data suggests that 32 million people have applied for passports that, if granted, would be over 10 years old. And what they're saying is, since the UK left the EU, travellers heading to all countries within this particular zone, where Iceland, Norway,
Oh no, it's 2027.
Liechtenstein,
Sorry.
and Switzerland and stuff, they must have a passport which was issued less than 10 years before their departure date.
Less than
How
10
long
years.
they valid for passports?
10 years.
10 years.
So they're basically saying it should be in date.
Yeah, but I think...
That's confusing. That don't make sense.
Yeah, I know, it's weird. Basically, it happened to this guy. So this guy, he was going on holiday to wherever he was going, and everything was fine. Checked in online, went through security, passport control, and they stopped him at the departure gate and they said, my passport has been issued more than 10 years previously.
But that means it
That means
out of
it's
date.
expired.
Out of date, yeah. But they were very much... Maybe there was some passports that could be more than 10 years before.
Sounds risky.
No.
I'm not too
I feel
sure.
like it's alright.
Yeah, it sounds
I think
weird.
it is.
Yeah.
Because I think
I
it used to
know,
be
like,
shorter time.
When it's like last year, if it's 6 months to go and stuff, if it's running out,
Yeah.
some places are funny. I know that.
Bas-
But
But he
what
sounds
you're
like he had an
saying-
expired passport.
Unless passports run for longer than 10 years,
Yeah.
that whole statement don't make no sense to me anyway. Because what they're saying is make sure your passport's in date, which it should be.
I think when it is expired, the way it's sounding here is that within the EU, even though it's expired,
You can still
there's a
travel on
certain amount of time. Yeah, that's what it seems like it's saying.
I didn't know that.
I
So
didn't know
basically,
that.
here it says it must be valid for 3 months after their planned return date. However, if a UK passport was issued before September 2018, it could in fact be valid for up to 10 years and 9 months.
Okay.
So it gives you the extra 9 months. This is because before that, the passport office used to add up to 9 months from an old passport onto a new one.
Where did I go in?
It's just easy to tell people to put
Yeah.
it, leave it in date, man.
Exactly.
All this maths that people, mental maths, I
It's
don't get it.
weird. Yeah, it's very weird, man. Yeah, that's pretty much it, you know.
I've got people's general complaint. Sorry.
Hmm.
Remember the time I said I got a ticket because Blackwall Tunnel was closed? The Rother Hive situation. Not them rejecting.
Your appeal.
I'm appealing my appeal because they gave me a form I can write a letter. I'm appealing my appeal.
I've appealed bare tickets. I'm not going to win. I'm just appealing them for just because
I'm so annoyed
shits and giggles.
because this is
I paid a
actually
ticket
unfair.
today. I got another one. I got another two. One's directly £130 for going in the box. So dumb.
Yeah, mine was me in the box, but that was the only way out. And I think they're being so unreasonable for not considering that. That was literally the only way out.
These are
Was I going to live there?
Fuck these anyway. Sometimes I just take it, you know. Sometimes
But that's the thing.
Sometimes I've got a few tickets where I know the tickets coming. That's fuck you, man.
And I think it's that would I keep getting tickets around Good Friday.
One time there was so much traffic in the bus lane. I looked up, I saw the camera. I said, "Yeah, this is worth 60 quid, man. I ain't doing that." Just worry about my business.
I think you did that one time, and then the price was very different.
Yeah.
That was when you didn't know inflation had hit.
That was the first time with the box. I didn't know the box
Yeah,
was straight
oh, yeah.
130. I thought it was
mad.
60. I was prepared to take the 60. When they're telling me it's straight 130, I said, "What? When did they do this?"
That's mad, man.
It's crazy.
Just scam. And do you know how many people that were on that box that day? They definitely made $1 million.
Anyway, it's all that's about give and take anyway. So I don't even mind too much because I've took more than enough from this government.
See, I haven't yet.
And that's on you.
Exactly. So I don't want to take this one.
That's on you.
Anyway, I might have to go to court one day. I'm taking this to the furthest I can. I think it's out of order. It's injustice.
Brilliant.
Anyway.
Yes, that's it for People's Journal.
All right, let's get into some Wellness Wednesday. Something else.
When you focus on the good increases. Many a times we are so quick to see the negative in any and pretty much every situation. Oh no, the weather is just teasing us. Does it want to be hot or does it want to be cold? What's even the blooming point? Well, as you might have guessed, we're currently in the season of spring. Now, spring is a season where the axis of the earth is increasing its tilt relative to the sun, and the length of daylight rapidly increases from the relevant hemisphere. The hemisphere begins to warm significantly, causing new plant growth to spring forth, giving the season its name. Word to Wikipedia for that beautiful explanation. Now, some of the highlights of spring tend to be the blooming flowers. Have you ever actually stopped to just assess the flowers as they bloom? From the moment you purchase them or even plant them to when they slowly start to bud and open up throughout the days. We also have more daylight. And if you notice, it's starting to actually get darker around 6 p.m. And by 5:30, it's a lot brighter. More light brings more vitamin D and overall good vibes within this country. There's also the aspect of spring cleaning. This is a chance to declutter, clear out, and just wipe the slate clean. Again, we've got the moderate temperatures that come in spring, and it's not too cold, it's slightly warm, but there's just a slight good breeze. I mean, whilst I've heavily focused on the example of the season that we're in, the aim of this message is just to remind you to try and focus on the good. Challenge yourself to find at least 5 good things throughout your day that seemed negative at first, but once you've applied the glass half full concept, you'll find a different perspective and appreciate it even more.
I like that. I try to live like that. And sometimes the spirit takes over. So there's that. All right, let's get into our last headlines for today, please.
All right, so Chinese social media sensation Xiao Hongshu has seen its...
Nailed it. I was thinking, I honestly was thinking, how's it going to do this one? This is great. It's wonderful.
They've seen their growing popularity lead to profits for the first time as the Instagram-like platform brings in revenues from advertising and commerce business. So the Shanghai-based video and photo sharing app raked in $500 million in net profit last year on revenues of $3.7 billion. This according to 4 people briefed on the figures, which are not public. By contrast, it made $200 million, a loss on revenues of about $2 billion in 2022. The fast-growing social media startup, which was valued at $20 billion in its last funding round in 2021, has been a rare recent success story in a sector battered by falling valuations and divestments from foreign investors. And our last headline, trigger warning this, I'm not too sure, well, I'm pretty sure you guys heard about this, but yeah, man. It's about the Baltimore bridge
Oh.
collapse. Yeah, man. Sad, man.
Scary. That's my worst fear when I go on bridges, you know.
What's this your worst fear? I ain't never thought about that in my life, crossing a bridge. That ain't never crossed my
You
mind.
do Dartford
one
Crossing.
time.
What do you think you're on?
What?
Dartford Crossing.
Yeah, what about it?
Are you on the bridge?
Yeah. What?
the
And
bridge?
you been on the bridge and you thought about a boat running into the bridge and falling
No, I
off?
thought about the bridge collapsing and I fall into the water. I can't swim. I've hydrophobia. It's the worst thing that can happen to me.
I'm just saying, I ain't never thought of seeing that. Yeah,
It was horrible, man.
That's a new fear unlocked. That ain't never crossed my mind. And obviously, you can get on a bridge and be worried about going across the bridge, and I get what you're saying about it dropping, but it's like how it drops is really important as well. You know what I'm trying to say? The fucking boat crashing into the bridge.
That's mad, you know.
Yeah, that ain't never crossed my mind ever. I didn't know that shit could happen.
So, Brett, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
This is the Instagram-like platform.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. And I just found it interesting how they could have their own ecosystem and still it be sustainable and not have to basically worry about what the rest of the world's doing.
Yeah.
I just thought it was cool. I just wanted to see what the UI looked like.
It's because there's so many of them.
I can't lie that it is cool that the way
right.
they live, you know, because even their YouTube is the same. The YouTube is just Chinese content. Like, yeah. Anyway.
I just find it fascinating, to be honest.
There's so many of them. It's a world within a world, isn't it?
It actually is, yeah. I feel that's so cool.
I fully believe that the Caribbean could do that. I fully believe that
Absolutely.
Africa could do that.
Absolutely. I don't want Nigeria's one.
If China could do that, you think Africa can't do that?
Africa can, but I don't want Nigeria. The government will use it up for no good. But no, yeah, the Baltimore thing, that's so horrible, man. That's honestly so horrible.
Yeah, man. A search and rescue efforts
Yeah,
continued.
but they've started talking about conspiracy theories attached to that.
About what now?
Apparently, it was Russia.
Oh, wow.
Russia just getting a hard. Is it because he revealed Black Jesus? Gosh, having a hard day.
Right, it's a major American port, isn't it?
Trade, yeah. So it disrupts hella stuff.
It was an accident.
Was it though? But to be fair, they called it in
The
though,
power
which is
cut
why there
out.
wasn't like many people that was on the bridge
power
at the
cut
time it
out.
happened.
He tried to shut it down. That's what he tried to do. He tried to shut it down to take the power away. And
But if the
divert it,
power
and it
cuts
didn't
out though,
work.
how can they call it in?
Question. Obviously, the conspiracy is, did you see when the power cut out
And then
and what
cut back on
happened?
again.
And what happened to the actual steering of the actual boat?
Yeah, change
When before it cut out, it was going and it wasn't going into the
Middle of the bridge.
standings. Yeah. But as soon as it cut out, then it started veering left
But what is your
and
knowledge of
straight into.
Was that because they need the power to
what
steer
is
it
your
right?
knowledge of what is your knowledge of how boats work?
Wait.
For you to just because
No,
that
no,
could be
no,
that
I'm-
could be perfect. That could be perfectly.
I am not
Anybody who
disputing-
understands boats can give you a perfect, reasonable
Both
example of
of
why that
us
happened.
are not ferrymen.
Okay, that's true.
Neither of us.
That's
So
true.
what you could be saying is completely true.
But
You
it
could be
doesn't help
saying
your conspiracy theory.
you could be saying, I always want to believe anyway.
I'm with you.
Do you understand? And the
That's
fact
your
that
believer.
it's a major trade port or a point of whatever, I'm thinking, hey, this could be something, right? You see how Russia's there blaming Britain, America, and Ukraine for this?
Yeah.
This is now, we're in a season of, all right, let's get this cracking, but we can't, we have to start small. You do something, I'll do something. You do something, I'll do something.
Well, we have to see what the retaliation is. Then.
Yeah,
The next
100%.
natural-
100%. Then to your point, and Esther's probable point, you may need the power to basically keep it varying the way it was varying before the lights came off.
Yeah.
But obviously, I'm just thinking, that's not how cars work, right? So if it's going in one direction, if the lights cut off,
It should just go.
it should just continue going that direction.
No, it wouldn't though.
Not the same.
Because a car, if you let go of your steering for a second, it changes direction. It's not going to keep going straight.
Wait,
My car is swaying sometimes when I'm trying to eat.
but you know, it all depends.
Allegedly.
I'm saying
Is that legal?
if it locks off, it locks in the same
My mum got
place
points
it's
for,
going.
for eating a burger or something.
Go on, the burger. It's more important. Go on.
No, but we're adding to your point about it's going to keep going, but it's not gonna go, keep going in the same place. Because I think they called it in, but they called in at a literally like just in time kind of thing.
So in my head, it would either keep going in the same direction, or
Yeah.
it would be going in the direction that the thing was being stared at the time it came off, which was the left.
Okay.
So that it turned
Went
sharp right.
Sharp right. Just
So-
so
so
And
silly.
when it was sped up, you can see it easier.
yeah.
So Brian, what are you saying? So the trade, sorry, the boat was going straight, yeah, or
Yes.
going to the left?
Yeah, it was going under.
Okay.
It was passing under.
Okay.
And then when the lights came off, then it turned sharp right and started going to the leg.
Okay. But you know, like with the rivers, like there's a current in it, so it might be that it's moving the boat to a particular direction. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess.
So as soon as there's no power to keep it going straight and going against the current, then it'll just go in the direction of the current.
I guess. This happened to be right into the leg.
All I know, I ain't never gonna feel the same driving over a bridge again.
You're just gonna look to see if there's a boat. If there isn't,
I'm saying you can't even see it.
Speeding.
I just hope for the best.
Yeah, because when it's going and there's like, you can see the cars going across there, and I'm just like, oh, please.
No, I'm gonna tell you, my heart was beating.
please.
I was like,
I didn't want to
please,
see like one right on top of the boat when it hit, if that makes sense. Like, imagine being on that bridge, yeah, and feeling that rumble, like making it off, but like
Imagine
kind
just
of
made it
being
off
on
and it
it.
just fell.
Like when it hits, like say that your back was just, you're like, oh shit, snap,
worst.
hey. That could kill you anyway.
I saw two, but I don't know how true. I don't know how true it is. But apparently there was a man that like obviously fell in the water and whatnot. But then when he got rescued, he just went home. He just walked. Didn't want to go to hospital. Nothing. Lots of people were like,
I hear
I
it.
want to have a
man.
conversation with that guy because, but then obviously people were like, yeah, he might be in shock and
Nah.
da 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 da. But
Nah, man,
the
I'm just fed up.
Thanksgiving on
This is
Sunday,
bullshit.
love.
This is bullshit. The bridge broke. My car's ruined. You got me out. I'm done. I just let him go home. I'm done. I'm done with this shit. This is crazy. I
That's
need to go
so-
home. Fuck this.
That's
Fuck
so horrible,
everything.
man.
I'm going home.
That's so horrible, man.
That makes. I hear him. That makes sense. I'm done. Especially if I didn't need medical attention. You just want to make a song and dance about it. This is already traumatizing enough. I'm going home.
I'm back with a lawsuit though, but I'm going home. That's horrible. Poor people, man.
And when you say the current of the water would take the boat, right? If the boat is a particular position and the power shuts off, it should be still traveling where the tide is going, but not turn around. The same diagonal position of the flipping boat, it should then go along with the
I'm
boat, not turn the
assuming,
boat.
yeah, that these men ain't like on the pirate ships standing at the front of the thing, holding the thing anymore. There's so much technology. It's just like these pilots that fly the plane. They're not
Autopilot
really
kind of
flying the
vibe.
plane. They're just manning it. You know what I'm trying to say? So once the electrics go, of course it can vary, of course. Like I said, I don't think he's standing there with a big circle thing. They were probably just doing what they were doing in the rec room, chilling out, and the boat's driving itself.
The
Does
lights
it every
gone
day, autopilot. It's on course. It's doing what it's doing. The thing went. I could see it very enough. Why not?
Do you know what though?
You're not understanding what I'm just saying.
Oh, sorry, go on.
If it's diagonal, did you see the clip?
Yeah.
I didn't see it from close. I didn't see the directional change that you're talking about, if I'm honest with you.
Ah,
If I'm honest, totally honest, sorry.
so you didn't see it turn.
I didn't notice a turn. I just thought it was going straight and like no, basically, no.
Okay.
Yeah, it went a different.
Is there a clip that you can play, bro?
Yes.
I
I'll
don't
find
play it. You want to play it?
He's just asked for it. I don't want to play it.
Why,
He's
is
asked
it,
for
is
it.
it trigger warning stuff? Yeah.
No, it's time.
Oh, you just
bit
okay,
dramatic.
cool.
No, it's
Yeah.
not bad.
Because aren't they?
It's because did people die?
Yeah, the dog
There's
someone's
people
body
on the
out.
fucking bridge when it collapsed, bruv.
Yeah,
6 people.
someone's body was taken out of the water this morning, something
6
like that.
people passed away,
Yeah, it's a bit deep.
and it was the people that were working on potholes on the bridge.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Time.
I don't
Yeah.
have no time. So, what I was saying is that if it is
That's horrible, man.
that you saw,
The change.
the whole tide stuff, if the power is locked off, if the boat is diagonal, it should still be diagonal, but just being taken by the tide.
No, not necessarily. Because the tide is not like a perfect thing that just does this and go that way, innit? You've got overall it may move you to a particular direction, but there's currents underneath. It's all sorts of stuff. So it can flip you around, definitely.
You know, society's really ruined us though, because anything that happens, like we're always like, oh, what if there's a conspiracy behind it? There's not one thing that happens there where they're like,
Yeah, I'm always going to be this way. No one's going to convince me otherwise.
no, I'm not trying to
There's
consider
no
otherwise.
way anybody is going to try to tell me to switch my conspiracy bag off.
No one's trying to.
I would be an idiot to be walking around this place thinking
Nobody is trying to.
I'm not talking to you. You just said just
Really?
now we're ruined as a society. We think everything's a conspiracy, right?
Yeah.
I will continue to be in that thing, so I'll be prepared for everything.
Love that for you.
This is it.
Yeah, man. But sad news, man. R.I.P. to the people that died. That's
Yes.
horrible. That's horrible.
Yeah. That's it for the headlines.
So scary.
Time to pay the bills.
That's actually another one of my fears. Being in water in my car. Oh. How do I get out?
That happened to somebody recently.
Oh, I thought it was like a film or something.
No, where trigger warning. I think it was an electric car, Tesla or something.
Oh.
So it was hard for them to do something. Yes. So because I may be definitely getting what do you call it, the details mixed up.
Yeah.
But basically, because it's connected to the internet or something, she was able to send a message to someone
Oh,
as she was
okay.
going down. To be like, yo, I've lost control, that I'm going down, sort of thing. Come get me. Obviously, they got there too late or whatever.
Oh,
So what do you do
really?
if you go under the water? Do you stay in the car?
They try and get out.
Yeah, you have to try and get. But
But you
it's
can't push the
impossible.
door
Yeah,
because the
it's
car.
That's the thing.
'cause
You have to try though.
Can you wind the window down?
No,
No.
because electric. If you got them winder,
Yeah, old school something.
old
like-
school vibe. But,
But
How do you get
pressure.
out?
Yeah, you're done.
You can't.
That's why your window has to be open before you go down. Otherwise, you ain't getting out of there.
But that's the thing. You're panicking. How many people are thinking on my window? That's when I get down there, I can get out.
Me, boy. If I'm dropping, my hand's gonna be. No
Exactly,
games.
you have to do it
No
quickly.
games.
You have to.
No games. If I'm going to that water, the first thing I'm thinking of is, because I'm swimming out of this bitch.
Yep.
Because I can swim.
That's so scary.
So,
These things are so scary, And people actually die these ways as well.
Yeah, sad. Very sad.
Anyway, love to
what
them,
is
man.
Is that the trajectory it went on?
Yeah, this is the directional change. Ed shared it in the Discord.
So what
Where
am
did
I
it
looking
start?
at? The orange line? Or
I'm
the...
trying to figure it out myself, to be honest.
Eddie should have.
I don't think this is helpful.
No, it's not. Anyway, we're running out of time. Thank you, Ed, though.
Appreciate you.
Big up your love.
I thought it would have been a video in it, but
Nah, I can't play the video, man. It's different now when,
I thought he would have sent the video. But
you Ed.
yeah,
We can't play it, though. Were you going to play it?
of course I was gonna play it. Are you talking about the whole trigger warning thing?
No, I'm talking about it's different when people died from that. Watching people's last moments.
Brent's cold and callous. He's thinking, oh, okay, about that. He's look at the way he's
Anyway.
shaking his head.
Do you want to leave today or not?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, wonderful. Let's get into Is you guys reacting? Let's get into reaction.
Reaction will be quick. Welcome to the reaction, people, where I read out your sports headlines. Obviously, last night it was more international games, and last night was all about Kobe Mainoo making his debut for England. I think everybody wanted to see it. I'm glad that he put him with the real midfield, the starting midfield. Yeah. Glad that he put him with the starting midfield, the midfield that he's going to be with, because if they put him with the wild lads and it went wrong, or like he didn't just... Anyway, he done what he needed to do. We saw what we needed to see. Kobe booked his place on the plane.
Place in my heart too.
In your heart as well. I'm glad he caught the heart of the nation. He's captivated the heart of the nation.
I like him.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, the kid's only 18.
That's sick.
And if you looked into the dictionary, and looked up the word composure,
It was him.
you'd see Kobe Mainoo.
That's lit. Love that for
Honestly.
him.
Honestly, trust me, the guy is. Hopefully, they look after him, and he fulfills all his potential. But it's looking good. And to be fair to them as well, it was a better, even though they didn't win or whatever, it was a better performance than Brazil. They looked more threatening. They made more chances. They probably played better. I don't know if that's got anything to do with Kobe, but it happened. You get me? I don't think they should have lost at all if it wasn't for stupid calamitous errors. One from the goalkeeper and one from Dunk being a nervous wreck. The guy's so big. Why are you scared of Lukaku like that for? Like doing that. But anyway. But all in all, 2-2 draw. I think people are going to chat shit about them, but it wasn't too bad. Saw some good looks. Ivan Toney looked decent. I think he should definitely go on the plane. I like Toney. Jared Bowen as well. He should go on the plane because I think we need a winger. I don't know what we're going to do about Maddison because I want Madders there, but I don't know I haven't worked out the numbers. I don't know who's going to miss the slot.
Madison should go. I don't know about Ivan Toney.
You don't want Ivan Toney.
I don't know about Ivan Toney. I watched part of the game. Just looked.
Nah, he looked good, man. His hold-up play was good. He won the penalty. He dispatched it nice. You need that in the tournaments. You can play.
Maybe I watched the wrong part of the match then.
Yeah, maybe you did. But yeah, he looked. I mean, did you watch the other game?
What other game?
Against Brazil?
No.
You didn't watch the game against Brazil?
No.
Because if you did, I don't know what you'd want from Ollie Watkins. If you got to choose between Ollie Watkins and Ivan Toney, it's a no-brainer. So, but if you don't want Ivan Toney, I don't know what you want.
I don't support England.
Huh?
I don't support England. I don't want Ivan Toney for Arsenal.
Oh, you don't want him for Arsenal?
No, I'm not impressed by his gameplay.
Ah, okay. Ivan Toney's good, man.
Okay.
I don't know if he's what Arsenal need, but he's good.
All right.
He's good. But yeah, Jude Bellingham got a last minute, literally last kick of the game equaliser, and they really wanted it. They pushed for it, so the fact that they can get it as well, that was good. This team's clearly Jude's team as well. He's just a big man. He's just a different level, a different gravy to all of them. Even his stature, when he just stands up, just standing next to them, and just looks like a big man amongst boys. Like, he's moving like, yeah. Jude's cold. Southgate, I don't know if he was doing United auditions, but I think he would have flopped it from Brazil anyway. You didn't do too much to even show that you would be worthy of managing the club anyway, so hopefully that's out the window. But, I mean, all in all, it was a decent night for them, I suppose. I don't know. It wasn't the best performance in the world, but again, the goals came from individual errors that I don't think it should have happened. I think they should have won kind of comfortably, to be totally honest with you. So, yeah, that finished 2-2. Big up Jude Bellingham. And in our last headline, we've got Wales and Poland. Well, they drew 0-0 and they went out on penalties. Dan James misses the penalty, so Wales have gone out. Don't really care about this. Obviously, England always support the home nations, Wales, Ireland, Scotland and that, because they have to, because they're the big bros. But them little nations, they love it when England go out. Did you see Gareth Bale and who was it, Bale and Ramsey, the video that they made when England went out and all that? You get me, like, cheering. And obviously, I understand the history between the nations, Wales, Ireland and Scotland. Hate England and that. But like I said, I feel like England always support and overgas these little home nations, but when it's the other way around, they don't really support it. So Wales are out. Unlucky. Good. Good riddance. Didn't make it. They are whack. That's about it. Anything you want to say about Wales? Well then, yeah. That's the end of our reaction, people. We ain't got nothing else to react to. Hope you had a great day. Let's get into Down Out Air.
All right.
Wait, did it say that? You got something?
No.
No, it does. Oh, okay then. What is this Gillian Keegan thing?
To be fair, that could be more. It's just her just basically agreeing with what happened to the teacher. That's it, really. The first one's probably quicker.
Let's go with the first one then, because even I don't want anybody depicting images of the Prophet Muhammad. I don't want to offend anybody. Can't be bothered. Yeah, let's walk in a good light this morning, please. Let's try this. The man who hates Starmer.
It says something to me about his character, that kind of sitting on the fence thing, and I don't know why he doesn't go the whole way and become a vegan. So I suppose, although I haven't got a hatred of vegetarians, I don't understand why. It's a bit like being bisexual rather than gay. It's a bit like being on the highway to gaydom, really, isn't it? I don't know.
Careful.
What puts me off Labour a little bit is the fact that Starmer is a vegetarian but not a vegan. It says something to me about his character, that kind of sitting on the fence thing, and I don't know why he doesn't go the whole way and become a vegan. So I suppose, although I haven't got a hatred of vegetarians, I don't understand why. It's a bit like being bisexual rather than gay. It's a bit like being on the highway to gaydom, really, isn't it?
I'm not being funny here,
The
but
gaydom is crazy.
I think them comparisons are very creative.
I think only women can be bisexual.
I think it was a very
I'm not asking you to repeat that.
nice words.
What?
Sorry, I was just gonna open my mouth to say I didn't hear what you
He's turning
said,
himself off.
and I just caught what you said. And you whispered it as well, and then you looked at Emmanuel. I don't know if
And
it is
he
you were looking for
agreed. I think he agreed.
Of course he did.
All depends.
Just
if
different
they-
complexions of the same person. Okay, so you're still on camera, so that's just that. Got long story. You don't think his stomach can commit to anything,
Yeah, exactly.
basically.
That's what it is. So it's the vegetarianism though. That's what done it.
Greek
That-
says he agrees.
Huh? Greek.
Yeah, he ain't type anything this episode. But he agrees with that word.
Imagine wicked.
Everyone
guy.
heard, you know.
Oh,
Yeah, because he said it right in the mic. So I don't know.
Antonia Hansen
Brent
also
wished
agrees.
he'd whispered. Anyway,
That was a hot take. Don't clip it up, Brett.
he wouldn't.
Listen, never.
Man's got plans. If he don't think he's got going on.
You know what we got going on.
Exactly.
Never.
He's thinking, what?
Listen, I brought this brick by brick. I'll be damned if you Brent over there moving like Damson.
100%. I'd rather burn the studio down, man. Bloody hell.
Oh man, I don't know who am I giving down here to, the man or care. That was, I mean,
It's true fits,
Might as well
innit?
give it a kiss now, man.
oh, you're of agreement. You're saying he should just go to full hog and go be vegan. What does it say about his character that he's a vegetarian?
That's what I'm saying. He's on the fence.
What do vegetarians even eat?
He's basically vegan, but eats egg and cheese.
Oh,
What?
vegetarians eat egg and cheese.
Yeah.
I think vegetarianism is better than veganism because you need egg and cheese.
For what?
Protein, isn't it?
Yeah, goodness.
Nah, you got it in other things, man.
Fake cheese. What's the egg equivalent? Vegan equivalent?
I don't think we have one. We don't need it.
Well, Eddie will say different. He needs to wake the fuck up.
That uncle used to have 7 seats, man. It's so mean, you know. They said this was this is how they found Meek.
Someone sent it in the group and said, someone
Did
added
you
man on,
rate it?
someone added man on, added the filthy people and said, did he got PK? Look at him.
Everybody said PK as well. Oh, horrible, man. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate it every single time. Please don't forget to like the video. If you're not subscribed, please make sure that you do that. Put people onto the show. Follow us on social media platforms. The Day After TNB on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Discord. What else is there? You want to send dilemmas in? The number is 075-6484-1073. Did you do an outro yesterday?
Yeah, must have.
I feel like this is the first time I'm saying this week. Anyway, all right.
What the fuck? This is edited footage, man.
Nope.
That was like a helter skelter. It was a carnival thing.
Because it's quickened up.
Carnival.
Oh, it's sped up.
Yes.
You need to stop sending me shit in times 2. I told you I need to.
No, it's to show
Yeah,
you
that's how
the deviation.
Because you won't see if it's too slow. If you want to inquire about the show or feature on the show, or also the email to send you dilemmas, the email address is thedayafter@thenewblack.com.
That is wild, though, isn't it?
Of course it is.
Yeah, it looks weird. I had no explanation for that.
But we will see you guys.
You say tired?
All right. That's great. We will see you guys tomorrow for the last day of the week, honey. It's Easter weekend. I love Easter so much, you know. Ugh, best
Get
season
my
there is.
fish fry on.
Do you want like eggs or buns?
I left some bun and cheese if you got.
As in hot cross buns?
No, bun.
I don't eat that.
That's
Cheese.
not Easter staple.
Rude boy, it is in my yard.
I grill some fish then, since you want to be all.
No, you gotta
feeding
go to a Caribbean
5,000s.
shop. I need bun and cheese, proper things.
Is that what you need?
Yeah.
Vegan cheese?
No.
What
Cheddar.
type of cheese you want? Just
Cheddar.
normal cheddar?
Sure.
Alright.
I don't eat cheese. I don't think I ever had a bun
You
either.
can't even eat bun because of raisins.
Yeah, so.
Oh, you're down.
You're
mad.
Missing out, man.
Am I?
Yes.
Yes.
People say this, but am I? Am I? Anyways.
You can even make me try it hot. I've never had it hot before. I usually just have it cold, raw
don't
with
you
the
guys
butter
have-
and cheese.
Oh, yeah.
As in toast.
Like, remember last time you were talking
The
about
way
he
it's
doesn't
supposed to
eat
be?
it hot?
I've never had it like that.
He just
So,
eats
yeah,
it
you
straight
can
out of
let
the
me try
packet.
it.
What, as in
Like
hot
an
cross bun? Or
uncultured-
like
I don't have
Jamaican
cost
bun?
buns, but my bun. I don't
Jamaican
have.
bun.
Yeah, my Jamaican bun. And
I'm not buying two things.
What's a bun? So does Jamaican bun have raisins in it?
Yeah.
some currants and thing.
Not just that, but it has quite a few things.
Like bits in it? Oh, no, thank you.
It's nice. That's really
Bun
nice,
is
man.
leng.
I stopped
it's
eating
sugar.
it though.
That's
man.
wonderful.
No, bun's actually lame.
That's good. I
Sugar.
love that. Like, okay. I still can't eat it. So people are like, oh, it's really nice. It's like, I just have to take your word for it. Because I'll never know. So I believe you.
You know, I might try a bun of vegan cheese, you know.
Okay, well, Brenda, you provided vegan cheese?
As in from Sainsbury's?
Where'd you get your cheese from?
Yeah, Sainsbury's, Tesco, above.
Yeah.
Oh, the above. Yeah, 2 things.
I'll bring it. And then you can also taste the cardboard and bun, Mags, and see.
What's cardboard?
Sorry, what?
The vegan cheese.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I don't think it's going to slap, but I'll try it.
All right, then.
Just have to get the one that melts.
How's he going to know? You better go on Sainsbury's website, take a screenshot. Send it to him.
Even I don't know. It's the luck of the draw. Some of them are trash, man. But yeah.
All right. Well, people, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Peace.
Peace out.